Hello, hello, hello. Hello.
Yeah, okay, cool.
Got it?
That's live, and then that's on stream as well.
Zach!
So I don't need to.
What's with the short sleeves?
It's already going.
It's going, yeah.
Jesus!
They're listening to that, so...
Okay, we're live now, mate. We're live, so go.
And welcome to the Anthony Costa Oval for this replay of the 2018 GFL Grand Final. I'm John Milky Marnie, joined by Josh Conway. How are you, Buzz?
G'day, Milky. G'day, everyone. Fantastic.
And who's this little bloke just wandered in? Little Wilbur.
Thanks,
How are you, Wilbur?
Yeah, I'm pretty good. Yourself?
Yeah, good as gold. Is Mum listening?
I think they might be, yeah.
Yeah, and knowing your mum, they'd be with a can. There's no doubt about that.
Oh.
She wouldn't be going dry.
Nah, probably not.
Looking forward to this, Buzz. Should be a really cracking encounter.
Yeah, absolutely. Grand final rematch, of course. Should be a fantastic contest. Two awesome sides. Obviously, St Mary's is accomplishments, St Joseph's accomplishments, I should say, go without saying, really. So, and the team they're up against, certainly no mugs in their own right. So it should be a fantastic encounter to kick off round one of the GFL season.
Both sides in the vicinity, I reckon, of 5 players they've lost from last year's. I'm hearing myself back. I hate that. So I think they've lost about 5 players from last year's grand final side.
Yep.
So that gives us a bit of new blood in each side, and obviously struggling for runners at St Joseph's. They couldn't. They've obviously gone really scraping the barrel now. Have a look at this. Dylan Holcomb doing the running there for St Joey's. Thought Reese is back on track. I saw him at training Thursday night. I've been walking around the oval with my granddaughter, and Reese is going okay. Coming at the bench, coming to us, is young Smith, I can see.
Yes, it is.
Lockie Featherston, Dreyer, and also Buckley. Now for St Mary's, we've got Jack Walters, I can see him. And Travellini, it looks like one of the others. And I'm not sure, I can't pick the big red-headed fella. But they've tried to get the bench for you, mate, but they've got across the front of me too quick. Who's going to win, Buzz?
It's hard to go past the reigning champs, isn't it? But new season, as you mentioned, a few new names. We're walking into a bit of an unknown here. It should be a cracking contest, but Joey's for me, just.
What about you, Wilbur?
No point asking him.
Yeah, I'll probably...
He's going Joey's.
I'm not going to be biased, but I will lock in Joey's just because of last year, but it's going to be a great encounter. I can tell you that for sure. I'll be under a goal for sure, but I'm going to go Joey's just.
Okay, soon as you both win Joey's, I might just go, just to be different, might go St Mary's. Interesting with Maloney in the middle, Hickey in the middle, Garner in the middle, so too Haints, who I really rate there in the guts. Up they go Hovey and Banjanin. Banjanin gets the first knock, knocks it over, trying to crash his way through, and might have got one high was Matthew Copley. Paid the advantage, goes round the corner. Reese, has he lost some pud? Little Brandon Reese.
He looks fit.
Doesn't he ever? He's lost a heap and fully committed to St Joey's. Gone off the VFL list. Goes out wide. Up looking for... tries one-handed. That was McCartney. Just didn't quite get a finger to it. And Curtis McCartney will have a ball up.
Or even McCarthy.
McCarthy, sorry. Same thing. Macca. We'll just call him Macca and he'll get you out of trouble.
Very talented player. Still on the Geelong VFL list for this season. Hovey and Banjanin do battle once again. Hickey will paddle this towards the boundary, and indeed it goes over right in front of a pretty good crowd, it must be said, too.
Yeah, absolutely.
In the pavilion, there's a few people inside the change rooms as well. Got some people to the other end of the ground as well, so perfect night for footy to kick off the GFL season, or finish it, really, for round one.
Blessed with the weather.
Banjanin had front spot for St Mary's. Ooh. Sherman, kick was just smothered off the boot. He wraps up Riley Ferguson. At ground level, that's going nowhere. So just interesting, Milky, just a note, obviously there's no Gillies, Dobson or Grace. Got Geordie Duncan and Tom Lang playing as the forwards.
Banjanin wins that one, knocks it down. Reese intercepts, gets the hands over the top, bouncing ball. Well, everyone just about got in each other's way. Hands out the back to our man in Jacko Davis. Goes wide, puts a lot of pressure on his teammate there. Hands and knees a scramble. Over the top there was Copley, but they sent it St Mary's way. Up and under. Tudor should have taken the mark, didn't. It's balls in dispute. stacks on at centre half forward, and we'll have a ball up. Can see a couple of Joey's boys there. Zach Morrison in short sleeves. Don't think I've ever seen it.
No.
Very interesting.
So 2 minutes gone. Still no score for either side. We're at half forward for St Mary's on the outer side.
No inside 50s yet as well, boys.
That's easy stat for you.
Hovey just thumps this.
Oof.
Only as far as Benson, who did some nice work out of the stoppage, falls to Tom Lang, who traps it nicely. Can he get back on his right foot?
He does.
Yes, he can!
Oh, and he stuck
And it's stuck home! He's got it! Tom Lang, first blood St Mary's.
First score in the 2019 season. And we're away. It took 2 minutes and 20 seconds to get the scoreboard rolling over here in this rematch. St Mary's in front. And it's taken a little while for that scoreboard to catch up, but one straight to St Mary's. St Joey's yet to score, and that's the first inside 50, Wilbur,
Sure is.
for either side.
Yep.
And they scored straight away.
Good start for St Mary's.
Yeah, they're hitting the packs hard, aren't they? Up they go again. Banjana knocks it down. Crashing his way through is Welsh. Gets it on his left boot. Or comes out some good running play there from Dowling. Paddy Dowling puts it out in front of your mate in Geordie Duncan. Dragged straight to the ground. And we'll have, I'm just watching what the umpire, no signal, so you're going to ball it up.
Hot start.
Lang again at the bottom of that one.
Yep. Won't be afraid to use his physicality. He'll go up in the ruck against Josh Hovey. He brings it down. Only as far as Hutchison, his first disposal in St Joseph's colours. That's a strong tackle in the middle of the park, but
That's the
nothing
young
doing.
Jaska.
It is Josh Jaska,
yeah.
straight off the Gold Coast Suns AFL list. Did not play a game for the Suns and delisted end of last season at St Mary's. This is Anglesey Jr. of course. Banjanen, did he get rid of that cleanly? Umpire calls play on Hickey, dumped without the footy, no free kick either. Banjanen took care of him, another stoppage right where we were. 4 minutes played, just about. St Mary's one straight, St Joey's yet to score.
Oh, nearly in the back there from Hovey on Banjanen. Hickey at ground level, tries to reef it out of the pack there. Ball comes out. Benson wrapped up in a tackle by Haints, and we'll have a ball up. Right in front of the commentary truck here.
10 tackles in total already
Oh, he's away.
from
He's
both
away.
teams.
He's away. He just
Awfully
picks numbers
good.
out.
Shorter ground, contributing to the contested footy.
Fantastic. Trying to crash his way there is Jack Buckley. He's wrapped up in the tackle by Welsh. And Benson double-teamed him, and we'll have a ball up. Up they go again. Banjanen is winning so far. Knocks it down as far as Welsh. Ball's almost picked up there by Jacko Davis, but he overruns it. Goes back. Oh, he's your new man, Hutchison. Gets a boot on it. Maloney tries to grab it. Oh, there's Kershaw. Dishes it off Hovey. Slaps it on the boot. Oh, good work onto the hands there. Didn't quite pick it up near Jacko McLaughlin. Bouncing ball. Going into the way of Pritchard. He can't quite trap it. Oh, umpire's called holding the ball.
That was hot. Dowling will take it for the Saints. That raking left boot towards Bond, who couldn't quite mark through the legs of Duncan. Hickey, oh geez, he cops a heavy hit from Tom Lang too. Just had eyes for Hickey only, really. Earns himself the free kick, and he's just flexing the jaw a bit too. Might have been a little bit lucky, Tom Lang. Hickey drives it right in front of us.
Oh.
It's the interchange gate. Steve Pritchard was probably dealt with there. Excuse me, that's Jaska.
Yeah.
Josh Jaska. All long wings. Long
Jaska,
limbs, I should say.
Banjanen and Kershaw to fight the two of those two big boys. Not a fair match.
Jaska high up and under. Featherson has good spot here. He only gets one hand to it. Ferguson's hands were clean to Hickey over the top. His hands were also very, very good. Dreyer raking ball. Riley Hall, as he so often does, gets a fist in over Riley Hall.
He's not still playing.
He's lost.
Surely.
He sure is.
Surely him and Paul Waldron, they're playing lawn bowls by now.
He's not as old as
Yeah,
Paulie
he's
Waldron.
got no hair either. Have you noticed that? Got the head
Yeah,
shaved.
he didn't last year. Conceded.
He gave it up. Spinning ball, in it comes. Banjanen slaps it down only as far as Ferguson. Round the body he goes. Finds his teammate. Is that Featherson way over there?
McNamara, I think.
McNamara. The name is McNamara. He's the leader of the
No,
band.
Dufty, excuse me.
That's Dufty, the young fella. Goes off hands and over the boundary line on the outer side. We'll have a throw in. 6.5 gone.
It's the first inside 50 for St Joe's.
One straight kick. Matt Byrne. Gee, he looks like him. I'm telling you now. Young Hutchison looks like Matt Byrne. That's for the Harrison Smith coming on for his first run. for the night. Over the back of the pack it goes. That looked like Garner, I think, or maybe it's Luke Bath, because he's back. Good to see Lukey Bath back for St Mary's.
Absolutely. Been 4 years since he's graced Anthony Costello. Been playing for St Mary's, funnily enough, in the Northern Territory. Won a couple of flags up there and come back down. Was the only remaining, well, one of the last remaining St Mary's players to have played in their last premiership, of course.
Yep.
Back in 2008. Ball back up. We're at half forward for St Joseph's. There's plenty of numbers around this. The players will struggle to extract the footy. Strong tackle by Buckley. And we'll have another ball up. So 7.5 minutes gone. One straight. St Mary's. St Joey's yet to score.
A little exchange there from McLaughlin and Maloney.
Well, yeah, Jacko isn't afraid of any of that. Is he, Milky?
Up it goes. Van Jannen. Featherston won that one. Knocked it down. Only as far as Garner, who kicks it around his body. Trying to trap it. Looked like it is Hickey. Goes wide. He's got Davis, who takes a mark. Certainly not outside his range. Goes on to the left. Puts it to the top of the square. Who's there for... Oh, it's all St Mary's at this stage. Oh, went in head first. That's St Joey's player. Is he down?
He's still down.
He's still down. The ball comes back to Tudor, who drops a mark at centre half forward. Dishes off to Reese. Comes back to his teammate there in McNamara. Goes wide, fisted away. On the run. Comes back. Featherston can't quite pick it up. Out wide at St Mary's now. Picks off the footy. Goes very wide. Intercept mark there from St Joey's. Really good.
McNamara did a good job. Switches it to Hickey at centre half back, who drives to the middle of the ground towards Dreyer. Bond got some hang time. Did a pretty good job to get a fist in. Paliura just souls Dreyer right up the river. Got smashed in a tackle. And did he play on the footy?
He did play on the footy.
Must have. Gee, that's literally no prior opportunity there. Harry Benson change a number for him this year in the 9.
Yeah.
Good young player, goes short to Dowling, who's had plenty of the footy so far. He goes short in turn. That was Jack Walters. Switch was wide to Damon McMahon in the long sleeves, that is.
Yeah, he's nearly the only player out there with long sleeves, isn't he?
Yeah, just
Pretty
about. Sherman at half back. Has Walters on again. Just a little 45-degree kick and goes
here they come.
a long way back, and they'll try to drive from defence. Look at this run. That was nicely done by Jasker to McMahon. Over the top, Maloney. Left foot wasn't his best, but it might even work, towards Duncan. He couldn't quite complete the mark. Morrison did terrifically well. Duncan probably got him high. Umpire says no. Dowling in there. Collects nicely. Handball over the top in the path of Duncan. Hickey little sidestep was nice. Davis. Hickey collared by Copley. And he'll get the free kick.
Very hot footy at the moment, boys.
Very much so. No love loss either.
No.
Started the game well, James Hickey, hasn't he?
As he has, so he'd be tired from all the wrestling. That tires you out so much. All that stuff, wrestling and swinging. Well, not punches. Can't do that anymore. Used to be able to. Goes out to Harrison Smith, who puts one over the top of Tudor's head. Gets a fingertip to it before it goes out of bounds. Overthrowing out of side. 10 minutes ticked over. St Mary's, one major, and St Joey's yet to score. Boundary umpire, right on the paint of 50, or is he just outside it once the arc goes around? I reckon he's just outside it.
Yep.
Yep, spinning ball. Up they go. Banjana gets the front spot again. Goes back to try and gets his own footy. Trying to crash his way through on that occasion was Luke Bath. And the boundary line's the winner again.
Banjanen dominating the ruck at the moment over at Hovey and Featherston. St Mary's are +6 in that department at the moment, contributing to the +6 in clearances.
Very nice, Wilbur. He won another one there too, I reckon. Garner, left foot ball, tumbling. Dowling in a wrestle with McNamara. Tudor looks to be playing pretty deep in defence tonight. Morrison. Does he pay delibery to the umpire?
Where is he? Where's the... Oh, he did too!
He did!
Oh.
Jeez, he's under a lot of pressure.
Oh, I'm telling you! It's a bit of me time there.
And then Garner drives to the goal square, plucked off
Tudor.
by Tudor. I think you're right, Milky. Looks like he's got a bit of a key post.
Yep.
Down back. Assesses the options and finds Jacko Davis. No Callum Mitchell tonight for St Joey's, so that might start to explain the decision to put Tudor behind the footy. VFL duty, of course, for Mitchell. Yep. Driving ball. McCarthy's got good spots! Nearly brings it down as well.
Likes to hang
Garner. Oh, does he ever? Quick kick away from Jared Garner. Nearly inside 50. Courage is shown by Hickey, but numbers at the ground level for St Mary's. Blood inside 50.
Oh, it's gonna get
It'll beat
bounce.
everyone. Jeez, Morrison did well. desperate dive, rushes it through for a behind.
He just manhandles his St Mary's opponent. Get out of the way. Going to mess with me. Tudor goes to the outer side. Up they... Oh, good grab there. Is that Banjanin getting back to take that? It was. Good grab from Big Banjo.
Had a great start.
He's had a very good start, hasn't he? Little chip kick. He goes over the top. Finds his teammate. Is that Lang? No, I'm sorry. That's Dowling. Paddy Dowling.
Have a lot of time for
seems like he's
this
going
guy,
for the
and
He pointed to the
doesn't
goals.
lack any confidence in his own ability,
Pointed
Milky.
at the goal.
As you can see by this,
It's a 55-metre bomb, boys.
this is Buddy Franklin sort of style from Dowling, isn't it?
Just the wrong pocket.
Working on the man on the mark. He's outside the 50. Comes in, goes boom, and
Oh,
he
hello.
has- he's got it to the line. Got it to the line. Bloody hell, that's a lot of confidence in yourself.
He's been working on it, obviously.
Yep, Jacko Davis to take the kick out on this occasion. Looks to the outer side, of course. Oh, a bit of interesting just here in front of us. Hovey and Welsh exchanging pleasantries, and the ball's fisted over the boundary and we'll have a throw in outer side. Still, he wants to go on with it, Josh Hovey.
Yeah, the 2-8s.
Yeah,
Getting stuck in too.
2-on-1.
Keep an eye on that, Milky. That's
Yeah, I am.
more your department than mine.
Never mind that, don't milk.
Do I like that?
They're still going as
That's
They're
well.
still
That's
going.
it,
Keep an
yeah.
eye on it, Milky.
Yeah, I've got an eye
There's
on
a
it.
fair bit on here, and the
Yeah.
umpire has blown his whistle. That was a matter of time.
Which way's he going with it?
And Curtis McCarthy's got
free
into it
kick
as
to
well.
Hovey.
Free kick to Hovey, and look at the players just stream down the field from one end to the other. Josh Hovey wins that battle of wits, shall we say. He squares it to Tudor, who is smothered nicely by Lang, who can't gather cleanly. Then trips up Tudor too.
Yeah. Oh, I think you might have staged a bit of that, but it was there.
Yep. So Tudor will take the free kick. Been busy so far. Kicks right off the instep. McNamara drops it. The kick didn't help him. He's wrapped up by Dowling. He kicks it back towards Tudor. That was clever. Keeps it in play. He has the outlet and Buckley, who marks just inside the boundary line. Ball spent a bit of time in this pocket where John Milky Marnie cannot see, which is probably a good thing for everyone. Buckley gets
Good kick.
close to man on the mark, but gives it some air.
Oh, big
Nicely done by Jasker, who's done some nice things. Pritchard, Copley now over the foot. He runs into Jacko Davis. That's not advisable. And holding the footy.
He gone.
Yeah.
That's
Yes.
why it's not advisable. He won't let you go.
Yeah.
And St Joey's will get the free kick.
Free kick there, Jacko Davis.
St.
One of our favourites.
St. Mary's
Remember that
plus
bomb
9.
over the road?
Wilbur.
Sensational.
Sorry, St Mary's are plus 9 in inside 50, so they've got to make the most of it now.
Harrison Smith kicks it forward, sends Joey's into attack. Jimmy Allen.
He'll get a
He'll
free kick.
get a free kick here, Jimmy. Has got the free kick. Half forward. Going to square it up. No, he decides to handball it to Paliuris. Gets it back. Then sends it forward. Oh, a good little I reckon that's little McLaughlin.
It is.
Little Jacko. He's another one that loves it around this type, the end of the ground too.
Oh, yeah.
Very creative around goal.
Very much so. 8 points the margin at the 15-minute mark. This to get it back to... This to get St Joey's first score. 15 minutes, and
think
it's straight through the guts, I reckon. Jacko McLaughlin draws first blood for St Joey's. Margin back to 2 points. 1 straight 6. St Joseph's, St Mary's 1-2-8.
That hurt St Mary's because they had all the ball inside 50 for the last 10 minutes, and St Joey's get one inside 50 and kick a goal straight away.
And in the earlier games, all the scoring seemed to be at the city end. The town end. So
Did play here this morning, and it was like that as well.
yeah, and the reserve certainly was all of the scoring was this end. So got to make the most of it while they got it, St Mary's.
Absolutely. So ball back in the middle. 2 points the margin. St Mary's' way. Hovey, give that one to Hovey. Up against Kyle Reid in the ruck. Just bouncing ball at centre half back for St Mary's. Ball came clear. Paliuris was lurking, but it would be a St Mary's footy. Geez, look out. Jacko McLaughlin was bearing down. Connors
Still
was
is.
clean at ground level. And then spearing ball inboard wasn't clean at all. Was nicely done. And now that was
Good
Harry
kick.
Smith. Left foot nice.
Good kick from Harry
It
Smith.
was really good.
Yep.
Found big Lek
Mc-
Featherson, it looks
No,
like.
it's McCarthy,
Oh, McCarthy,
isn't it?
excuse
Yeah.
me. It is. He
Oh.
squares it up nicely. Just trying to pick out who that is down there, Milky. Looks like Paliuris, is it not?
Paliuris?
I think it is. I think it is Kieran Paliuris.
Yep.
Again, it's just starting to get dark, and we reckon it's getting difficult. Wait till it really gets dark. This is actually the hardest time. They're just on dusk.
Yep. Good set shot. Kieran Paliuris usually. Be a fair effort. Angle is slight, but well within his capabilities. And he comes.
He put his hands up straight away.
Nicely done.
Put his hand up straight away as soon as he kicked it.
That's
So
confidence.
St Joey's have gone from not looking like a score to 2 in a matter of no time, and they take the lead. 2 straight. St Mary's 1-2-8.
I was looking at him to try and make sure it was Kieran Paliuris, and all I saw, as soon as it left his boot, up went the hand. He knew he'd kicked it as soon as it left his boot. They've hit the lead. Had 2 forward entries.
Yeah, it's crazy. They've
Isn't
had,
it? Two-
they've had
is that
5
it?
inside 50s
5
to
inside
St Mary's
50s.
12.
Yep.
It was all St Mary's the last 10 minutes, and St Joey's have had 2 inside 50s in the last 10 minutes and scored in both of them.
I don't know if you ever heard this, Wilbur, but it's been said. Funny game, football.
It sure is.
Up we go. Hovey wins this one, but he puts it down the throat of Jack Blood, who gets St Mary's forward. Oh, maybe got one high there, Copley, but play on's the call. Out to Maloney, fumbles the ball, but gives it back to his teammate in Blood. A bit of an up and under from Jack Blood. Shoot, Morrison gets a fist on it, knocks it out in the path of Paliuris, gets a bouncing ball. I reckon the boundary line's going to win this. No, good tackle on that occasion. That must have been Walters, I reckon, but the ball's come back in a hurry, but it's gone out on the full. Where's our boundary? Yes, out on the full. Similar looking boundary umpires, if you look, guys. This one on the boy over the other side. Very same hairdresser.
Very observant.
Yeah.
Oh, geez, bit of miscommunication, I should say. They get out of trouble just. Hutchison, neat left foot ball to the skipper, the co-captain, I should say, Alex Hickey.
Ooh.
Goes short right in front of us to Riley Kershaw.
Fine looking man, Riley Kershaw.
His dad would want to hear that.
His dad would love to hear that. His dad won't be listening tonight. He's got duties at North Melbourne. Goes
Drives
down the line. Sorry, get going, Buzz.
Yep, drives it down the line, but Hall got a fist in and thumps it out of play.
Did come third in their best and fairest last year.
He's a very good player.
He is.
Very good player.
New role as that small forward as well last year.
Spinning ball, in it comes. Featherston wins this one, but it's pinched again by St Mary's. They're actually doing really well at both centre bounce and boundary throw-ins from the ruck contests.
+4 in clearances and +6 in hit-outs.
Maloney having a bit of a wrestle. Oh, he's given away 50. Free kick was to Alex Hickey.
Yeah, and he's still on his haunches
he's
as
still,
well.
he's
coming
still
off
struggling.
now.
And then Maloney's sort of gone out, and that's given away the 50. Who's Riley Ferguson? Talking about a bloke who loved goals. Fair dinkum. In he comes, Riley. He's a beautiful kick of the footy, Riley Ferguson. Look at that. It
No
just
exception.
turns straight back into the goals. Whoa. This is quite an interesting game. 3 goals.
From 3 inside 50.
3 inside 50s, and St Mary's have had all of it.
St Joe's just been more composed with
Yeah.
the football, I reckon, especially inside 50, whereas St Mary's have just been sort of doing hack kicks and unable to hit the target, giving St Joe's the opportunity to rebound off the half-back, and they're +7 in rebound 50s.
Just watching Alex Hickey walking past us here. He's very, very angry. Not happy at all about the treatment he got. Van Janen wins it, knocks it down again. Hovey goes to get it. He's hit hard. Reese, he's tackled quickly by Copley. Ball comes out loose. Oh, good work there. That's Maloney trying to crash his way through. He's going in hard, Maloney. There's no love loss here with him.
And Haints in the...
Haints
Yeah.
just letting him know too. Free kick going St Joey's. He's given the wrong signal.
Yeah. Just a bit of confusion here
Bit
with
of confusion. He's paid it against St Mary's. He's indicated he dragged it in. Paliuris goes forward into the centre, into the hot spot centre. But dealt with no uncertain terms. Thrown out of the way was McCarthy. The umpire said that was okay.
Ball came to McMahon. Tom Lang just got decked by Cam Tudor in front of us. Keep an eye on that,
Yeah,
Milky.
I was
Don't
watching
reckon Langy was too happy with it either.
No.
It was nice that on the ball was kept in, was it? Not quite. Boundary umpire says it just snuck out. The ball will be thrown in right over the outer side, half forward flank. 3 straight. St Joey's, St Mary's 1-2-8. We've played 21 and a half minutes in the opening term to kick off
Jeepers.
GFL
you
season
wouldn't have got me
2019.
saying St Joey's would be 10 points up at the 20-minute mark the way it started. The first
No,
50.
no.
They hadn't scored at the 15-minute mark.
Absolutely.
St Mary's looked the better team early.
Yep.
Tossed in. He's Kieran Paliuris in the ruck that time. That's interesting. Not sure that'll be the go-to for the rest of the year. Look at the swarm of players around this one. Commentator's nightmare, the ball will be thrown up. And now another banjo then goes to ground. There is a bit of feeling in this for sure. Players being thrown all over the place at the moment.
Up they go. There's just a pack of players around this footy. Too hard to see anyone. Ball comes out loose almost. I thought it was going to be an incept mark there by McNamara, but the ball's gone St Mary's way. They square it up. Or just dispossessed as he went to take the mark there, St Mary's boy Maloney. Ball comes out. Bouncing ball, St Joey's, McLaughlin, so to McCarthy, but it comes off his boot and goes over the boundary line, out of side. Under the lights of the GMHBA Stadium. Maybe they could turn those big monsters on and we could see a bit more.
That's that old players stand, that forward pocket is rather dark.
It is.
It's a fantastic night for footy though. Not many other places you'd rather be, to be honest, tonight. If you enjoy your sport, this is where you want to be. Sherman throws it on the boot. Copley did a nice defensive job to punch that into touch and successfully did it under the glow of the scoreboard, which reads 3-0 18 St Joey's. St Mary's 1-2 8-22, nearly 23 minutes gone. Excuse me, opening term. Tossed in. Hovey just palms it down to himself almost. Benson couldn't get his quick kick away cleanly, and we'll have another stoppage. Been plenty of them. Will be you keeping track of the stoppage counts? You're probably not at the moment.
Sure am.
You are? Numbers?
There's been about 30 stoppages.
No, we don't want to hear about. As there is, exactly.
16 total clearances.
That's it. Connors tries to crash his way through. Loose ball comes out. Hung on too long.
Yeah, he's been holding the ball.
Free kick to Hovey. Gives it straight across to Reese, who sells him into some trouble. Gives it across there to Dreyer. Dreyer tries to pump it forward. Fierce hits the deck. Picked up by Paliuris. I think that is. Goes round the body. Bouncing. Minor score. Was that Paliuris, guys?
Yep,
Did we double check?
Yep.
First behind for the day for St Joey's.
So it's all the reigning premier at the moment. Just dominating Sherman. Little give and go. Just a high hack to the wing at St Mary's. He got position. AG's Shannon did a good job then against Hovey to try and win the ball back. Ball back inside 50. Sherman at ground level was pretty good, but he was claimed in a really good tackle. The ball spilt free. Just McMahon. Travellini just spinning and snapping on his right. Oh! Harry Benson! That's a Harvey Norman highlight, I reckon. Absolute ripper by Harry Benson. Could you believe that? Hanger to hanger. Nearly Doug Bond. Extraordinary passage of play. And out of play.
Yeah. Benson's was a cracker.
Wow.
I hope our cameraman got that.
That's mark of the year for sure, I reckon.
Wow.
Big statement, but
We've got the Harvey Norman highlights this season, Milky.
Yes.
End of season, there's a big prize thanks to Harvey Norman to the winning player, and I reckon Harry Benson's in a pretty good position to win it.
So we could influence it.
We can.
Wow. Might get a few mates. You're talking about what a beautiful night as it just is ball in dispute on the outer side. Back to Banjanin. Back, ball smothered. You're talking about a beautiful night and all that sort of stuff as it's about a ball up. The only thing to make it even better is we had a can. Nice cold can of beer just sitting here. Beautiful night. I couldn't think of anything better.
I can wait.
Yeah, I'm just trying to paint a picture, that's all. I've got water in front of me if you want to check on me.
It is a nice night. Banjanin wins it down to himself and then gets a quick kick away. Couldn't gather it cleanly with Smith, and he just bundles it over the line under some pressure from Doug Bond.
I'm tipping one can to be enough for Wilbur too, just quietly.
oh, that hits. That hurts.
He tossed in, outer side, just forward of centre wing. St Joey's with the lead. Fell short of everyone in the end. Geez, that's a strong tackle. There's been some really strong tackles to start. I reckon he hit his head on the turf then, Banjanin as well.
Wow.
Geez, Dreyer tackled his man. Jason Welsh over the line as well.
Banjo's having a big chat to the umpire. Didn't you see that?
Been 38 total tackles in the first quarter.
Yeah, wow.
Absolute. You mentioned no love lost. There is little spot fires going on everywhere. Banjanin gets a fist on it. Off the deck. Comes in the direction of Lang. He's just smothered his handball and the thing goes over the band. And another little push and shove in the pocket.
St Mary's not really using the handball at the moment. Only have had the 11 handballs to St Joseph's 19.
It's good by you, Wilbur. Very good. Jeez, Lang did a good job to thump that to the advantage of his teammates, but didn't quite work out because Dreyer was in a good spot to Rees, and then Hickey, left foot ball, don't reckon he has a left peg, and the ball just went straight up the chimney. in the end. Ball at ground level. Copley does some good work, and the ball will be tossed in right in the forward pocket and in a good spot for the Saints, who would love a goal. It was all them first 10 minutes, of the boys have said, but since then it's been the reigning premier. Walters wrapped up, another ball up.
St Mary's plus 15 in hit-outs, 21-6.
Up they go again. Oh, good fist on this occasion by Hovey. Only as far as his opponent on this occasion. Wrapped up immediately, and we'll have a ball up. Still 25 out, maybe 30 out from the St Mary's goal. 27 ticked over. Can't be long to go. Impressed with young Smith. He's certainly not... he's like his old man, the old Diesel. Oh, a big snap on this occasion. That was Copley, wasn't it?
I think it was, yeah.
Yeah, round the body for a minor score.
Played footy with Harry last year and going to be an absolute superstar for the Joeys for years to come.
Was it Copley that snapped that, Buzz?
Yep.
Shooter being called. Gee, that's a long kick if you're going to get to McNamara in front of us. And he does. McCarthy, Hall, McLaughlin. Up, they sweat on him. Good tackle on that occasion by Connors. As they separate. Connors has got the job on Ferguson by the looks. The ball comes up. Oh, Buckley goes the ruck on this occasion. McLaughlin got Paliuris. Ferguson's kick smothered. Good smother on that occasion by Paddy Dowling. And it's gone over the boundary line. And here's Jeepers. There's another boundary. How many boundaries are there?
It's good.
It's a few.
Keeps the game going.
This boy obviously needs a good feed.
He's been in the same gym as Josh Jasker by the look of him.
It's
tossed in. Featherstone looks in good shape. So the premiership player won it down. That was a good fist by McNamara. That was how clean was that by Matt Copley. Feeds it all the way back to Ben Shannon. Not known for that part of his game, but it's not a bad kick. But Hickey, Hickey copped a heavy hit from Luke Bath. That was a little cheap, I reckon, and it will be 50. Came very late, Luke Bath. Keep an eye on that, Milky.
I am, mate.
I'm watching.
Just letting them know.
James Hickey stream through the middle of Anthony Costa Oval. Drives it wide to his brother. Look at that. Bit of synergy to Alex on centre wing. Commentary side.
Bit of Luke Bath of old there.
Drives it inside. 50 Hall with the timely fist. Ground level McCarthy.
What a goal!
Fantastic!
What a goal!
Not preferred foot. No worries. Joey's with their fourth.
What a goal! Is there an award for the goal? That's the best for tonight
Marks
so
and
far.
goals.
Definitely goal of the year.
That's so far goal of the night, goal of the evening. So on the Harvey Norman scoreboard, we've got St Mary's 139. They trail St Joseph's 4-1-25. We've gone 29 and a half minutes. Remember, guys, at the 15-minute mark, they hadn't scored.
Staggering.
Absolutely.
St Joey are plus 7 in free kicks as well, which has caused a couple of their goals, especially that one there.
Might have a bit to do with the way the St Mary's boys are attacking the man rather than the footy.
Definitely.
Garner in the guts, taps it to his own advantage, gives it across to Maloney, intercept there from Dreyer. Riley Hall gives it over to his teammate there in Copley. Free kick because he got one too high. He just off one step, kicks it over to Sherman. Sherman says, hang on boys, we'll just reset. Have a look. He goes back to his teammate there in Copley. Copley unloads into the pocket here. He's got his mate Dowling, Paddy Dowling.
And this is his flank, Milky.
This is it.
This is his flank.
Oh, no, he's not even looking at his teammates.
He turns his back immediately.
This is me. This is all me. This is all me, he says. Puts the boot down, puts the ball down.
Yes or no?
I reckon yes.
Left footer, going to come in. It'll curl in. He's a bit closer than the last one. He's going to kick from 53. It's coming back. Drifting away. Minor score. Oh, did you hear the call from the bench?
Good team
player. Davis kicking out again. That's got to be a team rule. Because he's playing winged half forward. Jacko Davis goes long on the outer side. Has he gone too long? Oh, good mark! No, says the umpire. I thought he juggled that enough to be paid that mark. This St Joseph's player.
Free kick going to Travellini for St Mary's. Gets it inside 50. Low! Got some airtime and then got nowhere near it.
That was young Duffy.
It was a good jump.
That's a siren.
And that'll be quarter time.
That was young
Round
Duffy
one.
that nearly took that mark over there.
It was grand final rematch, and it's all the reigning champs at the moment. 4-1-25 at quarter time. They lead St Mary's 1-4-10. We'll be back after the break.
St Joseph's 4 individual goal kickers: Jacko McLaughlin, Kieran Paliuris, Riley Ferguson, and an absolute cracker from Curtis McCarthy, who I may have said McCartney earlier. I think I had McCartan on the brain because I spotted him in the crowd. Good crowd here. Tommy Atkins in front of us. I think you spotted a couple other celebs there, Buzz.
Yeah, saw Cam Guthrie wandering around before.
Yep.
Paddy McCartan, as you mentioned, Tom Atkins as well.
Paddy out indefinitely. Tommy back for the first game today. I haven't had a look to see how he went.
Played as a defender, I'm pretty sure.
Oh, yeah.
For McLaughlin.
Yes.
Came in for him.
He just hoped to have a better run with injury than his poor brother.
Yeah,
just having a horror run, isn't he?
Yeah, it's a really disappointing for him.
Yeah, well, hopefully he can get through it, and they might have to put him behind the ball where he can just run straight at it and not worry about who's going to come crashing into him from behind. But I'm sure wiser heads at St Kilda will work that out. St Joseph's breaking up first. They should be relatively happy. This time it's Smith, Dreyer. Hang on, there's 5 coming off. There's 5 St Joey's blokes coming off.
There's 4.
No, Dreyer's at the front. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
Oh, yep.
Dreyer, Buckley, Smith, Paliuris.
Someone's obviously just getting some running repairs.
That's 5 on the bench. Not sure if they've woken up to it yet, St Joseph's.
I think Featherson's coming back on.
Is he? No, he's going to the...
They might have 17 on the field right now.
They have. Raymondo doing a great job as usual.
Simon Riddock, an interested observer. Hey, Milky, just in front of us, the
Grovedale coach.
Coach.
Shaking hands with Butch Shaw.
He's a footy...
Oh no, Ferguson
lover.
coming back on. He might have looked like he just chucked something in his gob.
Yeah, wonder if he got the mouth guard.
Yeah.
So, back in the middle, 4-1-25 St Joey's, St Mary's 1-4-10 as we look to start this second term. Just looking into the middle of the ground, the players in there at the moment. We've got Jack Blood, Banjanin and Ben Maloney for St Mary's, and for St Joey's we've got Paliuris, Josh Hovey in the ruck, and who's that with the tape over the head? Milky on that far side.
Well, I'm guessing it's Heinz.
Is it Heinz?
Surely to be...
Looks like Brent Heinz, actually.
Yeah.
He's got...
headband. He must have long hair. They couldn't cut. Surely he doesn't bleed. He's as tough as they come.
He's a fantastic player.
One of he'd be in my top 10 for sure.
He's 5 in mine.
Yeah, 5 in your top 10.
We did see it today in the paper.
I haven't read today's paper. I was busy playing golf. This ball comes out of the middle. Quick kick on that occasion from Paliuris, I think it was. The ball comes out. Hall tries to crash his way through. Garner dishes off the handball. Goes across to Blood. Good kick from Blood. Oh, and a great mark. A really, really good mark there.
Tom Lang. He's got good hands.
Yeah.
Very good hands.
Playing the key post. This is obviously one of the changes they've had to make when they lost almost their entire goal-kicking list.
Yep.
St Mary's.
No Trent McMullen either, Milky, who's got a scholarship in the United States for half the year.
Wow.
So they'll be without him until around July, Travis Robertson reckons. So he was their 4th leading goal kicker.
So Lang, man of the mark's just inside the 50, I reckon.
Big kick here.
In he comes. He's got plenty of it. It's curling back. It's just drifted off, I reckon. He's got one, and he's got a behind as well. It's 1-1 to Tom Lang. He's kicked their entire score. Oh no, other than their only goal, I mean.
Behinds.
Oh, Tudor goes wide. He's got one out there in the pocket. Gee, it's hard to pick him up, I tell you. Right at that other side. Rees goes wide. Ball out the back. It's got the real dark pocket. That's Sherman, I can tell by the way he runs. And in dispute. Stacks on. Why? Gee, the sooner it gets dark, the sooner we can pick these guys out there. And well, the umpire said, give it to me. We're going to have a ball up out of side. Players around the ball now as easy as they get up. It's Van Jannen's obviously in there. He's going to contest this ball up.
Yep.
Notice Buzz gives it to me when it's over there and hard to see. Wilbur, have you noticed that?
It is Hines in the headband at the moment, and there he is straight over the footy. Blood nearly caught him high. Umpire said no. Players just rolling around in there and be tossed up.
Trying to get
again 2 minutes gone, just the one score so far. The Tom Lang behind in this second term. St Mary's and St Joey's. Hovey got over the top of Banjanen. He nearly blocked Hovey, actually. Nearly had his run impeded. Now they're away.
Good
Blood
hands.
through the middle of Anthony Costa Oval. Driving inside 50. Nearly brought it down. That's a lovely gather from Benson, who's already had a big hole up reel. And it bounces towards the line. Hickey was there goalkeeping and then just walks it over. Not sure he can do that. Under no real pressure, was he?
They didn't call deliberate.
But rushed it through for a behind.
Unless he was already sort of on the line when he grabbed it.
Very true.
Out wide, Banjanen front and centre, but he doesn't take the mark. Goes to ground. Sherman dishes off the handball. It goes to St Joey's way though. Leading in the race is McMahon. Can he pick it up? He gets a handball. It's intercepted, but it's gone over the boundary line out of side. 3 minutes ticked over. 12 plays 25 St Joey's way. 1-6 to 4-1. Bounder umpire to throw it in. Might have to have a word to him and say, listen, it's dark, boys. Can you bring it over this side? So it's Banjanen, who's had a really good night in the ruck. Gets it down, but Rees picks it off. Finds, thought he almost found a mate in McCarthy, but he dropped it, and the ball goes over the boundary line. We'll have another throw in.
It's a good battle between those two very fine players. Hall and McCarthy. Both can do the extraordinary in their own ways. Banjanen again just owned that front spot, didn't he? Won it down ahead of Hovey. Scrappy footy at the moment, but Bath will finally get some space with St Mary's and drives it down through the outer side. Lang was just nudged under the footy. It was a nice grab.
Morrison.
In the end to Zach Morrison. Didn't recognise him, that long sleeves.
All right.
He's just in front of the scoreboard on the outer side. Drives it down the line. McCarthy! That was a right and a half. A bit like Lang earlier, just didn't get any hands on it. McMahon ends up with it for St Mary's in the back pocket. He is in long sleeves. And the bright boots if you didn't already pick him.
He is known to fly McCarthy as well.
Drives it down the line, McMahon. Bit of a wrestle. Hines did okay. Sees that was clean at ground level. Kershaw just nudged off the footy. Ball teetering near the boundary line. Jeez, it nearly got there, but it's right on now. Hickey. Just quick snap with the right foot. Anderson! Nearly, couldn't quite. Kershaw taps it back to Anderson. Gets inside one, doesn't get inside two. Strong tackle. Was it holding the footy? Had to have been. It will come back. Thought Blood was in trouble there for a second, but it will be a St Mary's free kick.
Ball comes out. Travellini. Back pocket. Kicks it right in front of the commentary. Ferguson versus...
That's almost a mark.
Good effort. Ferguson come across the front of Walters. He's paid the mark.
Yep.
Well, I thought Walters got a hand on it.
Yeah,
Probably would have
he
should have
did.
balled that up. Ferguson goes to Anderson direction. Goes underneath the footy. Kershaw dishes off to his teammate. McCarthy. Was he legged? He wasn't. Comes out Anderson. Hates. Loves a goal. Gets it across. Talking about loves a goal. Have a look at this, please. Jacko McLaughlin.
No,
not
not
enough.
played.
Didn't come enough. Minor score. Little Jacko. Dreams about goals, this kid. Kick out on this occasion. Sherman. Comes straight to us. He's got Riley Hall. Good fist away from him by Dreyer, and we'll have a throw in. Almost in front of the commentary truck, the Harvey Norman commentary truck. Have I said Harvey Norman enough?
They'll be liking that.
Surely we get a free tally or something out of this.
Tossed in. Right on the paint at 50. Featherston just karate kicks it out of midair, nearly to the arms of Kershaw. Quick hands from McCarthy. Welsh. Little fumble. Was he caught high? Jeez, and then ridden like Seabiscuit.
Where's the umpire? Where is he?
Ball up there he is.
There's one on the fence.
corner. And I think he might have paid in the back. No?
No, you can ball it up.
Ball up. Could have gone either way, that one. So he's just decided to throw it up. Banjanen. Welsh, again at ground level, he's always good at that. Garner, quick kick that. I reckon this is going to hit the truck, Milky. We're not careful. Out in the fall from Jared Garner.
What's he saying?
So it'll be taken by Alex Hickey,
Making the mark.
who improves the angle, runs just inside 50.
And overcooked it.
Really overcooks it. Nick Connors copped a really strong shepherd right in front of us too.
He's still down.
That's from Buckley.
No score.
No, he put it out in the full.
Yep.
Looks like he's coming
Mark that
straight
across
off.
to Alex Hickey. Give him a little mark there to the blokes to kick it out in the full. Yes, he is going. He's a bit ginger. Ball up and under. Good pack here in front of us. Duncan fisted away from him. Buckley off by hand. Puts it in the path of Hickey. Can he get it? Oh, Travellini got some wheels. This boy goes towards it to Hovey. Blocks it, but didn't get it. Oh, quick hands on that occasion by Morrison. Haints gives it to Tudor. Tudor's just dispossessed. Good work here by Dowling. Paddy, the man with the most confidence on the ground. Bouncing ball. Foot race. Duncan, can he get there? Keeps his feet in the pocket. Dishes off the handball. Left foot up against the fence.
I think it's a goal.
I reckon it's a goal.
Yep.
Doug Bond!
I reckon that is from the right in front of the past player stand. Dougie Bond, straight through the guts.
Wow.
Milky, you were talking about the goal of the night, and that might be it now.
Nah, we'll see a better one. I reckon we can. Hang on, whistle gone. What's blood? Blood. Umpire spotted someone. Hovey, I think it is. He's heading straight to the bench. No, Paliuris. They're both heading. No, it must be Paliuris that's got the blood. Hovey going forward now. Sorry, on the Harvey Norman scoreboard, that takes St Mary's to 2-6-18. They trail St Joseph's 4-2-26 at the 8.5 minute mark as Jimmy Allen desperately tries to get out of the centre square.
Ball back into play. Banjanen been terrific. Heinz nearly had his arm held. Featherston runs into trouble. Yeah, ball up anyway. So it's been a much better effort this quarter from St Mary's. They'd love the next one just to get themselves within striking distance. Ball back in the middle, Welsh, as he always is at ground level, very strong over the footy. We'll have another ball up just outside the centre circles.
Just in case, Buzz wins already today to Colac, to Bell Park and to South Barwon.
Yep. Geelong Western, Newtown still going as we speak.
In trying to get he had his head over the footy. Oh, Buckley, handball, oh, gee, talk about interceptions. Reese had the ball kicked into him and tackled immediately. Reese off hands and knees, gets it over to Haints. Can't quite trap it. Goes back for a second time. Wrapped up in the tackle. Big tackle by Maloney. The umpire says, give it to me. We'll have a ball up.
It's been a very physical affair so far. Plenty of strong players around the footy. It's almost like a VFL game. Plenty of stoppages in it. In came Duffy over Welsh, who took it pretty well, to be fair. Blood, chiselling ball to half forward was pretty good. The ball near the boundary, Copley couldn't gather clean. That is a big crowd. I'm just having a look on the monitor here, Milky. That crowd goes pretty deep over it.
Yeah, bar sales will be up. They'd be up even more if I was allowed to get over there.
So ball will be tossed in front of the big throng of supporters. Good to see everyone supporting their local footy. Hit out towards Garner and Allen. Allen collects and then met by two Joey's players. Duffy's hands are terrific, and then Reese's kick singes the hands of McCarthy, who marks, wheels and turns towards Anderson. One hand, spins inside, wonderful tackle. Fantastic tackle by Riley Hall. Of course it was. Sherman had his head taken off by McLaughlin, and he'll get a free kick in the back pocket.
Good work there as well by Kyle Reid. I reckon that because he could have got shoved under the bus, and he goes to him, does Sherman. Marks it in the square. Decides to go to the outer side. Travellini's the man in the pocket, who then in turn puts it at McMahon's bootlaces, but he's good enough to get it. Gets on his bike, goes to the outer side. A bit of a shove. Nothing doing, says the umpire. Bouncing ball in front of Geordie Duncan, and over the boundary line it goes. Outer side. 11 minutes gone. 2-6-18. St Mary's, they trail St Joey's 4-2-26.
St Joey's +5 inside 50s for the quarter. They need to make the most of their opportunities right now.
Absolutely. Bond was tackled at an opportune moment as the ball goes out of play.
How much of that have we seen where someone goes to handball and it's just smothered by the opposition? Yeah. It's a real tight game, isn't it?
Yeah. Lots of numbers around.
Yep.
The contest so far.
Already 50+ tackles for the whole game.
Plenty of players who are that way minded too from both sides, isn't there?
Yep.
Don't mind getting their hands dirty. So tossed in right under the Anthony Costa Oval scoreboard. Banjanen slapped it. Welsh was tackled. Ball at ground level, just paddled towards Featherson, who couldn't pick up clean. That could be a vital mistake. It's in a dangerous part of the ground. Blood wrapped up in a really strong tackle.
Rugby
Jack Blood, doesn't he love it? Just gets in and
Fine
He's a hard
player
in.
too.
He's a hard in under ball
He is.
winner.
Up they go. Banjanin, or misses it. Bounces off Featherston's head. Now in dispute. Umpire says he's got one high. Who's that at the bottom of the pack? Is that Maloney? Oh, swings one. Oh,
It is Maloney.
right in front of the umpire.
Mustn't have been that bad. It was
No.
in front of him.
Just look better from here, I reckon. Puts it right out and
What a
laces out in front of Duncan, who doesn't let him down. Now we saw Dougie Bond kick one from about 10 metres closer, but just about the same angle, I reckon, wasn't it?
Yep.
First
Both
mark,
left footers.
first mark inside 50 for the whole game.
Wow, there you go.
Good stat, Wilbur.
That's what we brought him for. Don't know what else. Oh, he went and got the Coke, didn't he, in the water?
Oh,
In comes Duncan, gives it plenty. Right on the line, I reckon. She's actually gone across the face and out of bounds.
good result for
Hit the
St
point
Mary's.
post.
Yeah, I reckon they wouldn't be too unhappy with that result in the end.
13 minutes gone now.
So to be tossed in, hugging the point post. Lang doing the ruck duties at St Mary's and winning it this time. It's in a good spot for the home side as well, but St Joey's, just aren't letting them out, and that'll be holding the footy. Another strong tackle. And they run it out of defence. The reigning premier, Hickey, looks inboard, chipping ball,
Oh,
just works to Dufty. Had to be inch perfect and
I
was.
reckon. Yep.
Dufty wheels and turns on his left foot.
Oh,
McCarthy
Just
almost.
put his knee straight through Riley Hall. Strong tackle on McMahon. Will have another ball up just at the edge of
So-
the centre square.
So Martin Dufty, could we call him Dusty Martin?
No.
No, we can't. All right. Dusty, you're not getting called that. But you are by me. Up they go. Featherston wins this one. Good palm, but only goes as far as Bond. Dougie Bond's kick trickles over the boundary line. Throw in, says the umpire. 14 and a bit gone. Still that 8-point margin in the favour of Joey's. Real hard-fought battle here.
Lots of contested footy at the moment, boys.
Featherston knocks it down to his feet. Ferguson in there. Dispossessed. Wrestling over it. Umpire surely will just say, let me toss this up, because that's going nowhere. Which is handy for us, because when it goes out that side, I can't see it anyway.
Featherston engages in a wrestle and gets a little boot to it, only as far as Bond, who was on his favoured side, drives it down the line. Tudor got in the back of his man, but no free kick was paid. Sweeping
Look at
through.
this, look at this.
Look at this for a counter-attack. Garner, can he gather inside the field of play? He does. Wheels, turns this way and that.
great work.
Fantastic tackle. And not rewarded.
Not rewarded, umpire.
Not rewarded.
What are you doing?
That's extraordinary. He just dropped the footy, Milky.
Wow.
That was
And
a
then
disgraceful decision.
A quick snap to the line. The ball's still in play, can you believe it? St Joey's are making this look really hard. Dreyer, can he get a foot over? And he does. Eventually rushes it through for a behind.
Seriously, that was a brilliant tackle. Was it young Smith that got hold of Garner?
I think it was.
I reckon it was. I reckon that was a brilliant. Or if it wasn't him, it was Harrison, one or the other.
Corralled him beautifully.
Yeah, Harrison Smith, I reckon, wasn't it? Anyway, ball goes to the outer side. Umpire should have paid a free kick on that occasion. You work that hard and you dispossess someone, that's a free kick every day of the week. Tudor it is in the back pocket. As far away from us as you probably could possibly get. Goes straight to Morrison, finds him. He's called for the handball by his teammate, but ignored. Clears the pack. Luckily bounces and goes over the boundary line right in front of the scoreboard. The Harvey Norman scoreboard at the 16-minute mark that leads 2-7-19 to 4-2-26.
Only 9 marks for St Joseph's this quarter and 5 to St Mary's, contributing to the contested footy at the moment.
Yeah, there's been next to no clean play, really, has there?
No
This term. Been a bit of a struggle for both sides. McNamara high up and under footy.
Quick
That
hands.
was really quick hands. That was Brady Pritchard, former Yarrawonga Pigeon. Did a pretty good job. Ball
Look at
finally
this, he's
spills
out.
free and they're
Buckley's out.
Jack Buckley's
He needs
out at
someone to
half
hit.
forward and then spears
look at that.
Pitch perfectly to Jackson Davis, who marks directly in front.
Distance, not an issue. Not an issue.
We've seen him kick him from 85 at
Yeah.
HBA Stadium.
See, they were carrying on last week about a good goal Seedman's one.
Yeah.
They saw nothing. We should send our footage in, mate.
We
If
should.
he's inside 50, he'll be going for it every time.
Absolutely. He is a sharp shooter.
One of the best kicks in the comp, this boy.
Wouldn't say he's underrated as a player, but maybe underappreciated.
Went to a wedding with him over the
Really?
off season, and I think he might have even knocked over more than I did.
And he comes and he
comes.
likes
Look,
it. He
Golden hasn't moved.
just saunters towards his teammates as soon as it left the boot. They get their reward, St Joey's. Jacko Davis with his first goal of 2019. St Joey's get their 5th of the night.
Interesting, Leck Featherston off at the minute. He's really turned the tables when he's in the ruck there. Van Jannen was dominating. I reckon he got the better of him there in that little spell.
Yeah, St Mary's only +1 for hit-outs this quarter,
Yeah.
so turn the tables as Featherson.
So we got Hovey and Kyle Reid in the middle this time. Up they go. Hovey wins that one, but only as far as Blood, who kicks a bit of an up and under. Ferguson, ooh, sorted out by Bath. Bath, and the ball, he's dispossessed, and the ball goes over the boundary line. Throw in right in front of the St Mary's coach's box. Doggy Ryan, part of that team now, the former North Shore player and North Geelong coach. Looking after the backs, he told me. In it comes. Reid knocks it down. Dispossessed. Coming. Oh, Palioris. Did he get one high? No. Haints off the ground. Lucks of fortune. Goes as far. Hits Anderson on the guts. He goes wide looking for Davis. Bouncing ball high. Keeps his feet against Travellini. Now he dishes off by hand. Over to Haints. Haints again by hand. Dispossessed. Was that Anderson at the end of that? No, it was my man Dusty Martin. No, it wasn't either. It was Jimmy Allen. And the ball goes over for a rush behind. First rush behind to St Joseph's. Ball comes out. Travellini uses all his room. Bumps it down the line. Oh! He did his best there, McNamara, to take the mark of the night. Ferguson wraps up his opponent.
There's been some good flies tonight, hasn't there?
Yeah. Trying.
Wow,
sorry, that wasn't Welsh. That was Harry Ling. Haven't seen much of him tonight.
Been some steps.
Yeah.
Out of galores at the moment.
Hovey just stumps it. Look at that to Duffy,
like a set
to
play.
Brand Hines, chisels it towards Davis. He's good on either side. Watch him. Left foot snap to the teeth of goal. Floating. Kicked it. No touch right on the line.
Got it right on the line. Just got it right on the line. No, we'll put it down to Rushed. We won't give that to Davis. Put it down to Rushed. Sherman, designated kicker, him and Travellini, I reckon. Sherman comes out, puts it right in front of us. Riley Hall. Oh, Hovey got a fist in late. Yeah. Paid the mark. Mozzie's coming. Get lost. Gives it back to Sherman. Dispossessed. Ferguson goes to ground, dishes it off. Kershaw, trapped, kicks it out in front of himself. Then tries to keep it in play. Tackled. Gee, ball's in dispute. Umpire's right there. He's going to ball it up, I reckon. Kershaw at the bottom of the pack, and the umpire's saying, give me the ball, son. Takes it in. 7 or 8 metres away from the boundary line. Up they go. Duffy over the top. Oh, good smother. Welsh, quick hands. Good quick hands. Picked off here on this occasion by young Smith. He goes back. Haints just applies a fantastic tackle over to McMahon. McMahon kicks it wide. Needs the run of Luke Bath. Can he pick it up? Goes to size to soccer the ball. Keeps it to his own advantage. Oh. And who was that crashed into the fence?
Same Sicky.
They got no regard for their body, those Sicky boys, have they?
I was just thinking, Milky, is due a factor out there? There's a few players, the ball looks quite greasy.
Yeah.
Just to get a guess without being out there, obviously, but there is some a bit of fumbling at the moment. There might be a little bit of dew on the ground at the moment. Anyway, play continues. Connors with the ball, squares it nicely to Harry Benson. He's a fine young player, this man.
Isn't he?
Squaring balls even better to Copley, who's been busy at half forward, chips it over the top. Now they've got a real chance. Ball inside, nicely done. Safe to Ben Maloney in the forward pocket now. This would be interesting in front of the new supporters. Be a few old Joey's people, I would suggest having a few words to him over the fence.
Probably the best passage of play, I reckon, for the whole game so far, because been very contested and not many marks.
Yep.
As shown, 10 marks for St Mary's this quarter and 11 for Joey's.
Ben Maloney's last GFL game was as a St Joseph's player in the 2017 grand final.
Face for a
Just
minus
for a
score.
behind.
Now a Saints puts through for a behind. So Ben Maloney is back in the GFL full time after giving up his VFL commitments.
Morrison in the goal square. He's going to use his full measure. Hang on. Umpire's Hickey going off under the blood rule, I think. Putting his hand up.
Tough as nails, these Hickey brothers.
Yes, they are.
Like Buzz said.
No, I said that. Buzz doesn't say things like
said
that.
it.
No, he didn't. They got no regard.
Don't think he wants to go
No,
off.
he's got a cut hand by the looks.
Split webbing perhaps.
Yeah. Not as much fun as it sounds either, that split webbing.
Luke
Had
Anderson
that.
comes on for him.
In it comes. Out of side. Good mark. They're out again, St Mary's. Morrison spears it in. Good mark to Maloney. He's gone forward, I reckon, Maloney. Goes out wide. Hands up McCarthy. For St Joseph's. Tries to get it. Again. Does pick it up. Dispossessed straight away. Ball's at centre half forward for St Mary's. Just a series of handballs. Comes out the back. Maloney's on the end of it. Dispossessed at ground level. We've got the young fella in Lukey Barth. Well, no, not so young now. But he was in wrestling for that one. Him and I reckon it was Brenton Reese at the bottom of that pack.
Umpire tosses it up directly in front of goal. Hovey puts his fist through it because of that. Didn't go too far. Blood searching for it with McCarthy at ground level. That was brewed by Maloney, and then Garner's kick was smothered out of there. Featherston, he was dumped as soon as he got hold of the footy. Quick kick inside 50.
2-on-1 here.
Brought to ground 2-on-1 in favour of St Joey's, and they win the day. Tudor kicks towards McCarthy and Hall. That's an gross and intriguing battle. But Hall wins this and nudges it out of play.
24 minutes ticked over. 2-8-20 St Mary's. St Joseph's 5-4-34.
They might have kicked 2-8, Milky, but there's been a few rush behinds and no real easy shots out there.
Banjanin just flips it over the back of the pack. Trying to crash his way through was that Benson. As he's dispossessed, ball comes down. McLaughlin almost. Riley Hall just paddles it back to Travellini. He overruns it. McCarthy gets around one, kicks it into a foot race. Open space. McMahon and Paliuris. Paliuris, the old fish and chip man. Can he get it? It comes to ground. At ground level, McLaughlin. Did he have the footy? He was tackled. He's tackled again. Ball comes back out to McCarthy. Round the body he goes towards goal! It's a post. 1-1 to McCarthy. The ball comes out. Gee, that came out quick. Didn't even get time to write it down. McMahon in the back pocket. Little quick kick out from Sherman. So McMahon, down the line he goes. Looking for Banjanin. Hovey fists it away from him. And the call was to come straight off as soon as he fisted away to Featherston to come straight back on.
Must be a new game plan there, Milky, with the new rule that the players can run out of the square.
Yep.
Obviously doing it very quickly so that St.
Don't give anyone a chance to get set, mate.
Yep.
Yeah.
Exactly right.
Yep.
So 15 points, the margin. Reigning Premier's way. Benson, been good. So's this man, Doug Bond. Quick kick on the left foot. Garner was tackled well by Smith. Geez, Anderson spinning out of trouble, did nicely. McMahon backs back into trouble. Copped a bit of help there from Kyle Reid as well on the ball. Eventually out of play. Just
they made
inside
a change.
50.
They made a change, Joey's. Anderson's gone back.
Because of Hickey's hand.
Yeah.
Yep. So there is a few changes to the side. Riley Kershaw looks sore in front of us. Keep an eye on that, Milky.
Yep.
Might be an ankle. Rees kicks quickly, but it was smothered as soon as he
won't go back.
Got rid of the footy.
Yeah, definitely an ankle. He won't go back on this quarter. That gives them the entire half-time break to work on him.
26 minutes gone for the quarter.
They wouldn't risk it, I wouldn't have thought.
Tossed up.
Featherston, well done.
Featherston did really well.
Oh!
McLaughlin tries to wriggle his way out. Wasn't caught. How's that for a tackle?
Who was that?
360 style. Really nicely done.
And
And wins it. Fantastic.
Who do you reckon it was? Who would you reckon?
Brant Hines. What a wonderful tackle. Took his man, Jack Blood, in a 360 tackle.
I'm telling you, I'd have his children. He is just... I put him in the top 5, but he's nearly my favourite player in the GFL. Just love the way he goes about it.
It's a perfect game for him. He loves the contested footy.
Yeah. And this part of his game's pretty damn good too.
18 apiece tackles for the quarter for both sides.
Generally a really good kick of the footy. Don't let me down, Hainsey. In he comes. Goal umpire,
Tappy.
a little bit of work to do, but I think it's in through the middle. And he puts up 2 fingers.
It's a big goal late.
Yes,
Quarter
very
as
much
well.
so. 27 minutes ticked over.
That would-
That's his first goal for the game too, Brown Hates. That's 6-5-41 St Joseph's. St Mary's 2-8-20. And you're mentioning about the rush. 4 rush behinds, Buzz.
Yep.
And only the 2 for St Joey's.
They were due St Joey's +9 inside 50s for the quarter as well.
Listen to him sitting here with his St Joey's shirt on, would you, Buzz? Got his St Joey's shirt on.
He has perked up the last 5 minutes.
Hasn't he? Yeah.
Just played a game here, that's all.
So they say.
Oh,
Holding-
Buzz did see me.
Holding
Well, I had
decision.
to look pretty hard towards the
Hands
benches to
out.
see him.
Hands out to
Very fair.
Pritchard. Goes very wide. Fisted away from Duncan. The ball goes to the boundary line. Oh, off a little barrel on the run. Good kick. Almost in the hands of his teammate. Ball comes back. Featherston. Been really good so far, Featherston. Comes under pressure on that occasion. Was that Reese that was tackled?
I think
And
it was.
Ferguson.
Ferguson.
Ferguson,
Yeah.
yeah.
And umpires said we'll have a boundary throw in.
Yep.
Riley Kershaw getting some attention. Looks like they're looking at his hip, his back of his knee.
Featherston won that down for St Joey's right in front of the old Kenya Park players stand.
Definitely the knee there, Milky.
Yeah.
It'd be a fair loss to this side, as good as it is. He's an important player for St Joey's. Featherston again wins a hit out against Tom Lang. Ground level Hickey, strong tackle on Benson, but Benson rode it pretty well. Quick out of there from Pritchard. Ball at ground level.
Oof.
Jeez, got rid of his man. That was Luke Barth who just dumped his man out of the way. Morrison was digging in there. There's a whistle.
Free kick.
And
I reckon
which
it's
way
going
is it
St Mary's way.
I think it is.
Oh, no, against Lang, because he's put his hand up straight away, Lang.
And the free kick will be going to Riley Ferguson. That's pretty much fullback.
Comes out. Finds his teammate. I reckon it's Morrison, Anderson. One of the two of them. It's on the siren anyway, so it doesn't matter. So the half-time score is St Mary's 2 goals 8-20. They trail St Joseph's 6-5-41. Goal kickers, do you want to do those now?
Yep.
2 goals for St Joey's, for St Mary's, pretty easy. Dougie Bond got 1 and Tommy Lang's got the other. They were always going to lack firepower, weren't they? Do we think?
Yep.
McLaughlin's got 1. Palliurus has got 1. Haints has 1. Davis has got 1. Ferguson has 1. And McCarthy has 1 for St Joseph's. As I said, 2-8-20 to 6-5-41. That's the half-time here at the Anthony Costa Oval. Brought to you by Harvey Norman. We'll take a break. We'll see you in the second half. Welcome back to the Anthony Costa Oval for this second half of the grand final replay of last year. And at this point, it appears as I'm the only one that's got it wrong, because both you two boys tipped St Joseph's to win, and I've decided to be the odd one out and tip St Mary's. But
It's unlike you to be wrong.
I've never been wrong, mate, ever in my life. I was mistaken once.
yeah.
That's it.
There we go.
I think you're wrong tonight.
The first one.
No, I think that's, it was my first zinger.
If you want to call it that.
No, well, someone had to be the odd one out. You don't want to...
Gotta make it
honestly, people listen to this and they go, oh, all you one-eyed St Joey's boys. It's not like that. Because quite honestly, we don't have any effect on the result, do we? Cannot have an impact. Dreyer, Buckley,
Kershaw's on the bench
Lockie
as well.
Featherstone.
Did you know that?
Kershaw hasn't come out of the dugout as yet. Hope it's all good. Did try to ask him, he just said, good, mate.
He wasn't in the mood.
No, he didn't want to give me anything. I reckon he's saying, you're the last bloke I want to tell anything to. You'll only ring Dad and tell him.
So what do we think, boys? What's the second half going off? Can we see St Mary's work their way back into it?
Well, I think late in that second quarter, they moved Maloney into the forward line to try and get something down there.
And he was something
he had
a
an
bit
impact,
different.
definitely had an impact. So I'm just...
And Jared Garner's the deepest lying forward now to start.
He is, yes.
And he's a very good one-on-one player.
Oh,
and
he
so
sure
is
is.
Paddy Dowling.
Yep.
So they're going a little bit smaller. Tom Lang's still down there. The high half forwards are Bath and Copley.
Hey, what sort of matchup is that? Hickey.
You've got Hickey and
James Hickey on Garner. What a cracking...
two guys
spin.
that don't give much.
And unfortunately for the Light, that tackle on Garner, I'm not sure whether it's Hickey or whether I thought it was young Harrison Smith. But either way, he should have given away a free kick there because he was pinged. Back in the guts. Here we go. Neither player wins that ruck tap out. It's trying to crash his way through there was Welsh. Ball's gone to the St Joey's player. And is that Benson on the top, all over him? He's had some sort of game, young Benson.
It's been hard,
He's
hasn't
going
it?
to be a good player.
Yep. He's not that... Oh, Hovey! Just, yes.
It's that
Yep.
new
Can't do that.
kick free.
The free kick's against Banjanin.
Oh,
I
well.
thought it was going the other way
I
for the
thought-
karate kick.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Anyway,
Must have been because Banjanin put his hands up.
Yeah, Hovey will take it right in the middle of Anthony Costa Oval, drives it to the impossible pocket for us. Sherman marks. Jeez, did you see that? The way that ball was spinning, Milky,
Yeah.
it was spinning the wrong way.
Oh, God.
And then
McMahon,
McMahon was
look out!
in a tackle.
Look out!
They'll make him pay.
Oh!
St Joey start the second half perfectly for them.
And a good celebration there from Jacko McLaughlin too, just quietly. And, Jacko McLaughlin kicked the goal. Sorry, you weren't listening. I said a good celebration from Jacko McLaughlin, obviously not paying attention.
No.
Minute gone, St Joey's 7-5-47. They lead St Mary's 2-8-20. That was just Sherman, bit of a mongrel floater to McMahon, dispossessed. McLaughlin swooped, kicked the goal.
They were real opportunities. Turnovers, St Mary's.
5-goal margin, 27 points, almost 5 goals, isn't it?
Starting to get big. St Mary's
Yeah.
need to get the next couple.
And we just heard that Newcombe beat Ocean Grove.
Yeah, they sure did.
Yeah.
Over in the BFL.
Great
Yep.
win. Great start for their season.
Newtown well and truly in control over Geelong West as the ball comes out. Benson gives it to Maloney. Bit of an up and under kick. Up they go. Morrison, big fist into this. Bounces into the path of Maloney. Benson gives it off to him. To Welsh. Back to Maloney. Oh, got one high, did he? No, says... Yes,
Yep.
says the umpire. Against Morrison. Maloney on centre wing. Passes out to Blood. Bouncing ball. Reese the beat. His ball's dragged back in, but only the umpire couldn't see him. If you're on where we were, he'd nearly ping Reese there.
And
He
Ben
did
Maloney
try, yeah.
just off that, really filthy with himself, missing that target. Just let out a expletive. Hope he didn't pick that up, but wasn't happy with himself.
Oh, look at Haynes. Just dishes off the handball to Paliuris. Over to Jimmy Allen. Jimmy Allen across to his teammate Hickey, who's bumped as he kicks it. Bouncing ball. McLaughlin, can he swoop? Ball dispossessed. Oh, there's Travellini trying to come out of defence. Dishes off the handball. Comes back. Over to Benson. Benson to Sherman. Interception. Play on, says the umpire. Bit stiff there, I thought, because they've been paid blessed. That Harrison Smith, the young fella. Ball goes back to Tudor. St Mary's were slightly in attack. Tudor intercepts the mark on centre wing,
He
outside.
does. He's fitted in nicely to the back half.
Has.
Been more suited, or played a lot of his footy Down forward for St Mary's. That's a good grab. Was it completed? Not quite. In the end, nearly came down with it. Hall emerges with the footy. That's
Thank
nicely
God he
done
shaved his head. He
by
stands out.
Harry Ling. He's been quiet actually. Was it a free kick or umpire kept the whistle away until now?
He
did
held
pay
it. He
Jeez.
bit lucky there, young Harrison, because I reckon he got him high in the first. No, it was against Hates.
I agree. Anyway,
Yeah.
Hines will take it.
Umpire's been hot on the free
From
kick.
centre forward. Look at that worm burner.
It's a bullet.
Little worm burner from Brand Hines.
Little chiseler
Finds
as
his
BT
man.
would say.
And Jimmy Allen, who's not the longest kick I've ever seen.
Hey, don't go picking on Jimmy.
I'm not picking on Jimmy, but he isn't. I'm just picking out facts. He probably will have the legs on this one. James Allen. Angle is definitely no issue. It'll just be the journey from here. Winds up, gives it everything. That's
look
gone
at
very
that
high,
high.
but through for a behind.
You got to kick them, Jimmy. Good kid, Jimmy Allen. Lives over my back fence. So I can call him a neighbour as Sherman brings a footy out really wide.
Perfect
And
kick.
it's really good mark. Is it Garner? Taken by Garner, who dishes it over to Travellini. In the half back line for St Mary's. Coming towards the commentary bus. Up he goes. Oh, Tudor, almost. Tries to take the mark. Ball comes down. Banjalan by hand across to Maloney. Maloney, shoveled across the boundary line. And boundary on pass is out of a throw-in.
St Mary's yet to have an inside 50 this quarter. St Joseph's +4.
So to be tossed in. Good players around this footy. Featherstone was nudged under it. Geez, they were really good hands from Fergus, and Hutchison kicks, was nudged as he kicked
beautiful.
it, but did not matter. Straight into the hands of Davis, and then Dreyer in game 100.
Got him!
Beautiful precision.
Out.
And Lucas Anderson marks on the dive.
Just got another complimentary message. Liam Pritchard this time. Great job, boys. Good to hear the best radio caller on air again. That's what he said.
Don't think he added that last bit.
Oh, didn't he? Oh, maybe he didn't. But the other one was from Paul White, saying how good we are.
Yep.
Was that what he said?
Yeah,
we're really good.
I think we'll paraphrase. So Lucas Anderson, this will be a tough kick, but this is where you want to kick him from, right in front of the opposition supporters. He asked the ball to do a lot of work, hung it out to the near side, through for a behind. It's all St Joey's at the moment, though.
It is, isn't it? 28 points the margin. Now, kick out. Not quite sure what Travellini's going to do. He's decided to come to the Latrobe Street side. Up they go. Morrison gets a fist on it. Bouncing ball. Trying to crash his way through was Bond on that occasion. Or also, the next St Mary's bloke tries to crash his way through. They're trying to crash and bash St Mary's as it comes out to Welsh. Dishes off the handball. Handball to Duncan. Crashes into his own teammate. But he's lucky enough to get out of Banjalan. Pops a handball up. Puts his teammate under all sorts of pressure. Lang goes out wide. Intercept on this occasion by Dusty as the ball comes out to Dreyer. Dreyer dishes off the handball. Finds Harry Smith. I've been really impressed with this young kid. Ball goes out wide. Jacko McLaughlin almost steals that mark. Umpire says nothing to him. Went over the boundary line. We're going to have a throw in.
Nearly pulled it in.
Yep.
Giving away significant height to Riley Hall. Did a good job, Jackson McLaughlin. He's got 2 goals to his name. His side have got 7-7-49 to 2-8-20 to score in the third quarter, thanks to Harvey Norman.
Ferguson, sorry mate, dishes off the handball along the line. Then has to go back and get it again, but the boundary umpire says, nah, you cross the line, champ, we'll have a throw in. So feel free to send us messages, tell us how good we are. We'll read them out and give you acknowledgement. No problems. You decided not to play footy anymore, Buzz? You've hung the boots up?
Think so. Milky, we'll see though.
Oh, look at this. Haints, he's just hunting the footy. Ball almost come back to him. Out wide it goes. Benson dishes off the handball. It's going to finish up with Duncan. Or it could have been Maloney as well, but Duncan chipped in. Sherman squares it up, goes to centre half back. Copley takes the mark. Looking for a direction. Where's he going to go? Chips it out wide. Paddy Dowling got ahead of himself. Had it spent before he got it. Tackled.
Good
Then
tackle.
tries to throw it on his boot.
Great
He's gone.
tackle.
Good tackle there
Was
from Brenton Reese. Lost 14 kilos, I reckon, just at a guess. The little chubby boy that he was. The ball comes out the back. Quick hands on that occasion by Ling. Harry Ling hasn't done a lot tonight. Ball goes out on the full. Which I missed the player that kicked that. Can you?
It's Rees who's got it now.
Yeah, no, the player that kicked out in the full. I just missed who it was. So Rees, hard up against the fence, squares it up. Goes to the top. Oh, good. Just a really good,
Great
solid
kick,
mark
isn't
there. Good kick. And he finds Hutchison Nicholas.
Yep.
Whose list is he on, this boy?
He's on Geelong's VFL list.
VFL, okay.
Yep, pretty highly regarded too. Played TAC Cup last year
Yep.
for the Rebels. Comes with some good raps directly in front. So be a good journey if he kicks it. Left footer. Nick Hutchison comes in.
Got
Tugs
plenty of it.
Don't think it's quite coming back enough, and it went through for a behind. His first score in St Joey's colours.
St Joe's are going at 37%. Marks inside 50 for the quarter.
Yeah, listen, he's starting to pick out the big ones, Buzz. Starting to just rip out some big ones. And Travellini's got it in the goal square. Going to use his full measure. No, he's just pinned in there a little bit. Oh, Lang, up he goes. Tries to take the mark. Fisted away. Here he goes. That's young Walters. Dishes off the ball. Comes over to his teammate there in Kyle Reid. Handball. Puts his teammate... little chip kick it was. Across to Welsh. Welsh comes towards the commentary bus. Good mark there to Dougie Bond. Doug Bond right in front of us here, looking for his options, pointing, telling everybody where he's going. Meanwhile, St Joey's go back and defend.
First inside 50.
Wobbly kick. Went for Kyle Reid, but he can't get there. Dreyer dishes off the handball. Hickey, good hands. Then the St Joey's player, did he get one in the back? A bit slow there, umpire, but they paid the advantage. Ferguson, kick smothered. Dreyer, really good effort there to continue the flow. Allen goes through the two 12s on each other here.
Good
Tries to
tackle.
tackle Banjanin, and we'll have a ball up right in front of us.
Good contest, wasn't it?
I reckon Dougie Bond took a little bit too long, just sort of
Yeah.
let them all all the St Joey's boys get back, and just had no hope then.
Thrown up. Featherston got rid of Banjan Hines. Throws the head back, wins the free kick. Not saying he played for it, but the head did whip back quickly. Dreyer on his haunches next to him after got the pretty good hit from Paddy Dowling just before. Hines drives it down the line. Commentary side, Hall gets a fist in alongside Ling, but there
Umpire's
was a
paid
whistle.
free kick,
Which way is it going?
going to St Mary's against McCarthy.
St Mary's player cramping at the moment.
Yeah. Chipping ball works to Copley.
He's been pretty good.
Yeah,
Yeah.
he's been lively, hasn't he?
Yep.
First quarter had a lot of tackles.
Got enough
Yeah.
of the ball. Swings it very, very wide.
One bloke cramping, and
Yeah. Travellini at centre half back.
Duncan get asking
Oh,
for
overcooks the kick
look
to
out.
Copley, and they could make him pay. McCarthy off a step. Not coming back enough. Through for a behind. They could have put this game completely to bed the last 5 minutes if they'd wanted St Joey's.
They've kicked 4 behinds this quarter, St Joey's. Missing their opportunities here.
Out they come again. This time Travellini just roosts it. Goes to Sherman, takes a good mark. Zach Sherman spears it into Banjo, into the middle of the ground. Dishes off the handball. Goes to Copley. Copley squares it up, straight up the guts, looking for Lang. Ball's fisted away. Hickey tries, that's James. Gets it out the back to McNamara. McNamara's handball's a bit sloppy. Ball bouncing, goes past Tudor, and what happened there? Was that out in the full?
Yep.
Might have come off his foot.
Must have come off his boot as he's heading towards the boundary line.
Oh,
No,
actually,
the umpire's saying other way round.
Welsh
No,
isn't
he's saying-
happy.
And throw it in, mate. That wasn't out in the full. What happens there? The central umpire overruled
Yeah.
the boundary umpire. Is that obviously what
He
happened?
has, yeah.
Yep.
So it'll be tossed in. Just outside the paint of 50 for St Mary's. Banjanin has front position and
Big
absolutely thumps it in the direction of James Hickey, who's well tackled by Maloney. And the ball out of play in the very dark pocket. So just repeating the score, St Joey's 7-9-51, St Mary's 2-8-20. We've nearly played 13 minutes in this third term. Thank you.
Thank you,
to good
Liam.
friends at Harvey Norman.
Liam Pritchard just wanted to know what quarter is, what state of the game it is. So
There
you've
we
just
go.
told him all of that.
There we go, Liam.
Oh, that was a throw.
Threw it
That
out.
was a throw.
Good tackle, pin the arms. They take the advantage.
What?
Joey's, look out!
Oh.
That was casual.
How was that?
By Harry Smith.
What?
Very casual. Free kick is coming back anyway to Jacko Davis, but nice casual mark by Harry Smith in his fifth
Brilliant. Yeah.
senior game. Chewed up short to McNamara, who's a good player.
Morrison given directions.
Still part of the Werribee VFL list for 2019, Ben McNamara, after playing a handful of games last season. He's not many options on for him there, so just hacks it towards Banjanen over his head. Hovey
Should hang on.
should have marked it, but he has Brent Heinz,
Oh.
a good man in support. And then Anderson with the overlap, keeps it in just, and then drives it
Look
inside
out,
for
look
to get
out.
some open space.
Oh.
Here we go, there's a big chance of
Look
Joey.
out.
McLaughlin
Look at him.
spins at the
Look
top.
at him.
Check side,
Look at
fantastic. Clean
Little Jacko.
as you like from Jacko McLaughlin, and this game's nearly done. St Joey's have kicked 8.
3 goals.
5-9,
He's got
57.
three. He's got three, little Jacko.
Honestly, I reckon he's had 3 touches, but all 3 goals very effective.
I might have said I was walking my granddaughter at training. I walked past around the oval because my daughter was at netball training at St Joey's on Thursday night. And seriously, Jacko McLaughlin, they were doing a little drill. And I've never seen anyone run so fast. He
No,
was
he's-
tearing the
he's
track
so
up.
accelerating.
He's a little
Jeepers.
energizer bunny.
Yeah,
isn't he?
just tearing the track up.
He's a character at the club as well. Very funny man.
Well, he gets that from his dad. His old man thinks he's funny too.
I think if St
That'll get
Mary's a chance to win this game, they need to keep playing the bold football they've been doing across the half-back line, just using those short kicks inside 50, in the middle, sorry.
Up they go again, Hovey and Reed. No real winner here. Waiting for the loose ball. Garner tries to pump it forward. Rees that was, who kicks it forward for St Joey's. Over the top. Really good mark there. Is that Sherman again? He's been really good down back for St Mary's. Knocks it out to his Dougie Bond. Bond pushed over the boundary line. Have a throw in. That's young Smith again. I'll be
Tackle.
impressed with him.
Only 20 years of age as well.
Yeah. 20 years.
2021.
Just
Remember
his,
that. I remember that well.
just his 5th senior game too. Played 4 last year as well as under-19s footy. Plenty of players around this one. McCarthy's hands were
Just a bit hot.
good,
weren't they?
but just missed the target and out of play.
So we'll have a throw in right in front of the St Mary's coach's box. They've had a good look. I'm not sure they'd be really happy with what they're seeing at the minute.
They're +6 in kicks, but lots of them have been turnovers.
Hovey. Umpire says there was a block there, and the block is on Alex Hickey. So Big Al, what's he going to do? He's looking to set it up. Took a little while, so he allows the St Mary's defenders to get back. Doesn't take a mark coming out. Maloney McCarthy puts it out in front of Paliuris. What can he do? Can he pick it up? Tries to. Oh, he's just set upon by Riley Hall. Umpire says you threw it, I think.
Yep.
Because he's free kick against Paliuris, and it's going to Sherman, who would just about be nearly St Mary's best. Him and Copley, I reckon, between the two of them.
Yeah, maybe chuck Harry Benson into that
Yeah, true.
conversation as well, but has been good. Looked like he is thrown behind the footy now, Zach Sherman, as he kicks towards the boundary line. Kept in just, was it? No. Couldn't do enough. In the end, good Brady Pritchard to keep the ball in play and be out just forward of centre wing. Look at the numbers around this, Milky.
Yeah,
Just look out
unbelievable.
to this near side. How footy's changed. Featherston, left foot kick was
Oh,
nice.
look
And look
at
at
him go.
McLaughlin, he just burst away like he wasn't even there.
He'll be-
And he'll get it back.
Won't matter.
The handball's too hot for him, but he wants a challenge, I think, and he gets his hands clear. That was nicely done, but couldn't get the clean hands was Hutchison. And then players swarm in.
Credit where credit's
the ball
due,
up.
mate. St Mary's have tackled aggressively. They've, really made St Joey's earn every footy they're going for. And again, it comes out the back. Paliuris, bit of an up and under kick, heads towards the boundary line. Alex Hickey tries to take the muck. I thought he was prone there for a moment, but he wasn't. That's Reese just squaring that ball up. Bouncing ball. Riley Hall knocks it down. Rees tries to tackle his St Mary's opponent there in Kyle Reid. Ball in dispute. Umpire circling. Says, well, he's tapping the shoulder. So at the bottom of the pack is a St Joseph's player.
Yeah,
I would have thought it was... The free kick is going to St Joseph's. I would have thought that was, to be honest, I thought that was St Mary's free kick.
It's Jackson
Jacko
Davis.
Davis,
Yep.
goal. Just don't even worry about it.
Mark it in.
Just mark it in.
St.
In fact, I'm writing it in. Jacko Davis has got his second goal.
You'd want to hope he kicks it.
I've just written it in. Once it's in the book, it's in the book.
St. Joey's at +3 in free kicks this quarter and starting to win the clearances as well, all around, but this quarter they're +6 in clearances.
I know we're a long way away, but I just thought he might have had prior and got tackled, but anyway, he got it. Must have got tackled high, and we can't see from that far, can we, Wilbur?
Pretty much.
So in comes Jacko Davis. Already written in my book, don't even have to do anything, Wilbur. It's already done.
Sure don't. Straight
It's
to
his
the middle.
second, straight through the guts. And that little fat lady, she might be getting ready.
Yeah.
9-9-63 St Joseph's, St Mary's 2-8-20. They were 2-8-20 at half time. They've kicked 1-4 in the first quarter, 1-4 in the second quarter. Third quarter, haven't scored so far, 19 minutes gone.
Haven't scored this quarter. Like you said, Milky, and they've only had 4 inside 50s for the quarter. Staggering.
Umpire back in the middle. Is that Chris Nichols? Is that your brother there, the boundary umpire? Not quite. He can't quite hear me. Back in the guts. Up they go. Banjanin. Been really good in the ruck. He's probably got to get a mention as well. But Featherston, left out of the grand final side last year, has really had a point to prove, hasn't he? Good mark. Jimmy Allen dishes off. Back to Locke Featherston. Bit of an up and under kick. Oh, good throw there from good climb from Dusty. Ball comes out the back, stacks on. Umpire's just letting that part of it. The St Mary's part of that game is where they've just almost been tenacious at the fall of the footy.
Maybe to their detriment, Milky.
Yep.
Their outside game hasn't got going, which is what they're probably more known for.
Mm-hmm.
And season's gone. There's another whistle here for a high contact. I think he signalled there, the umpire. To be going to
Riley Hall, I reckon.
Riley Hall, yep. I think so.
10 total free kicks for the quarter as well, boys.
He just spun on a dime to himself, goes short and then gets it back. Or is it 50?
Oh, it's at 50
Must
where
have
you're
been
not allowed to
50.
get in front.
Yep, the old protected
No.
zone.
Yeah.
So now he's right in the middle of Anthony Costa Oval and he drives it towards the line!
Oh, what a beauty! Taking a beauty and he's hurt himself. No? I thought he was... Yes, he has hurt himself.
He's cramping. I think Milky.
Yeah, absolute cracking mark. Tom Lang certainly giving him a target up there. Probably needs a little bit more help, that's all.
If they're going to be any chance of winning this game, I think those sort of marks are going to get them up and about.
Yeah, I'm not sure they're going to. Not sure they're going to win this game. I think it's nearly, nearly already.
Yeah, I totally understand there,
We
Milky.
can, but it's not. The season's not over in one round. So
No.
you know, and it's what they're going to get out of this St Mary's. In he comes, gets his second. Bang, Tommy Lang. Good kick, great grab. That takes St Mary's to 3 goals 8-26 on the Harvey Norman scoreboard at the 21.5-minute mark of this third quarter. And they trail St Joseph's 9-9-63.
Good grab, wasn't it?
Was a ripper.
That was a great mark.
I reckon we've seen some really good goals and really good marks. And
Absolutely.
yeah, it's been fantastic.
They've only had 3 marks inside 50 as well for the whole game.
Wow.
And Lang's taken 2 of them, hasn't he? He's taken 2. Up the back in the middle. Banjanin. Neither player gets it. Maloney. He wasn't. Taints kicks it off the ground. Quick kick. Buckley. Buckley by hand across to McCarthy. Gets back onto his favoured left foot. Bouncing ball in the goal square. Jacko McLaughlin over his head. Jacko. Over his head.
Wow.
4th goal. Stop pissing around with it, Jacko. That's his 4th goal.
Over his head,
Over
Milky.
his head. Haven't seen that for a long time. 4 goals straight to Jacko McLaughlin. 4 goals 1, sorry. I just omitted to see that minor score. That takes the 10-9-69. St Mary's 3-8, 26. St Mary's get a goal, they'd be thinking, right, if we can get back-to-back goals. And then Jacko McLaughlin pulls that sort of stuff out.
It's a great answer from St Joey's.
Absolutely. 22 minutes and just about to tick over 23. I reckon it was 21 and a half when St Mary's goal went through. So by the time, you muck around with the ball up and everything, probably took less than a minute to kick that goal.
Yep. So we've got Hovey and Banjanen back in the middle of the ground. Hovey jumps pretty well, giving away some size. Garner smothered by Dreyer, but falls back into the hands of Banjanen, who gets a quick kick away. Dowling couldn't collect cleanly as Hickey came towards him. We're inside the centre square just, and we'll have a ball up as there's a little wrestle. It was Connors, not Dowling. Be tossed up at the back of the centre square. Banjanen wins this one down from the ruck contest, but to no great advantage. Buckley was ripped off it. Garner couldn't quite. Ferguson spinning on his left foot. Garner stays down too, holding his head. McCarthy was terrific. Ferguson on his non-preferred side does a pretty good job of it. Here we go, the Energizer Bunny. Look at McLaughlin go, just drops the footy. Ling did a good job and then dumped in a tackle. Is that Bajako? Where did he come from? Where did he thought he was down and out, Milky. And then delivers onto the chest of Lucas Anderson. Fantastic bit of play from St Joey's.
That's what you call second and third efforts there, boys.
Yep. Got it. And Ferguson, to his credit as well, he was on the end of that Jacko McLaughlin handball.
Good
and
work
he was in the centre of the ground, if you remember, that little up and under kick. So they just keep running, don't they, the St Joey's boys? Anderson has one behind to his name for the evening. And he comes. He's given that plenty.
Looks pretty good.
He's given that. Goal umpire has not moved. Straight over the goal umpire's hat, that one. And that's the 11th. 11-9, 69. St Joseph, St Mary's 3-8. I took it down just as I was about to say. That's 26.
75. They're on Milky.
Yeah, I already said that. I've already got
you
that.
said 69.
Oh, did I? Oh, he's quick to just give me grief, isn't he?
He sure is.
I think he picks on me. We've got a better relationship than him, haven't we? He's just nasty.
Speaking of, this scoreline's getting a little nasty for the home side, isn't it?
Yes, it is.
It's really blown out in this third term.
St Joe's kicked 5 goals this quarter as well.
Back in the middle of the ground, Hovey over the top. Buckley bursting clear, but there's another free kick for a block in the ruck against Banjanen. Again, he's given away a few of them tonight.
I shouldn't have looked. The Pies are
Hovey
21 points down.
To win side 50. Gee, I thought it was a grab. Has it been paid to Sherman? Yes, it has. The umpire does pay it.
Hang on, one's called
eventually.
Touched. Yeah, no, the other umpire's called it was touched.
Here we go. The two umpires have come together, and we might board up. I think
they are.
So
one umpire said he touched it. One umpire said he didn't. So we'll board up.
So who kicked it? Kicked it over to the bench. Just said stuff it. Sherman just said stuff it. I'm kicking it over to the bench. It's my mark.
Thrown up then after that little kerfuffle. Garner ripped off it by two of them. Did you see that? They swarmed him. Ree's little sidestep was nice. Buckley trying to weave his way inside. Did really well. Now the quick kick came, and that was from Harry Smith inside 50, but it might rebound out of there. Kick was partially smothered at the back of the centre square here. Garner, gee, that was in the back, I think.
Yeah, that's in the back for sure.
Absolutely drove him into the ground.
Yep.
Was Lang.
Smith here.
He might have decided to go all the way himself or up and take a really good mark. Is that McCarthy?
Yep. It is.
Just a really good run and jump at that.
It's their 5th mark inside 50 for the quarter as well, boys.
I reckon it's Featherstone. No, it is McCarthy. Sorry.
Don't doubt me.
Oh, here we go. Yeah, McCarthy. I was looking around, I couldn't find Featherstone. That's why I thought it might have been him. So, in he comes. McCarthy
on the bench.
has got 1-2. Surely he kicks this one. Straight through. Bang. Hands up. Getting out of hand this game in terms of St Mary's. That's their 12th goal, St Joseph's. McCarthy's got 2 and McLaughlin's got 4. So it's 12-9, 81. St Joseph, they lead St Mary's 3-8, 26 at the 27, almost 28-minute mark of this third quarter. Couple of minutes, I heard him say. Couple of minutes, so might be going to be a 30-minute quarter. Up the ante. Up the ante. Wow.
I think the key to their
I like listening to the coaches. You hear them singing out with nearby.
to their third quarter efforts here is the ruck battle. I reckon they were dominating the first quarter, and then they've responded really good with Hovey and Featherson in the second and third quarter, and they've shown that with the clearances, and now they've got a really good lead.
Yep.
Back in the middle, Benjamin thumps this down nicely. Coming off the back of the square was Smith. Milky spot on. He's played a nice game. Only his 5th senior footy.
Yep.
Outing. Rees strong. Back to that man, Harry Smith. Mark was dropped by Jasker. Jeez, Anderson was collared
just had his head ripped off.
by Damo McMahon.
The good McMahon, he keeps telling me.
Wheels around and drives it deep inside 50. We've seen plenty of good flies this evening. Hines just wriggled
Look,
clear
look at
somehow
lefty,
to Ferguson
lefty,
on his left
lefty.
foot. Straight through. Clockwork. Clinical by the reigning champs.
That's his second.
Ferguson's got his second.
It's absolutely raining goals here.
That's
7
out,
goals
that's
for
out
the
to
quarter.
10-goal lead.
It sure is.
That's out to a 10-goal lead, mate.
It's an absolute flogging.
And there was Riley Ferguson only slightly edged out by Jacko McLaughlin for his love for a goal. So St Joey's 13-9-87 on the Harvey Norman scoreboard at the 29-minute mark, 3-8-26. 61-point margin here to St Joseph's. Not sure I saw this coming, boys.
Oh, no.
No.
No way.
They're plus 12 inside 50s for the quarter. St
Wow.
Mary's only have 6.
Hovey jumps early. Ball down the ground level. Copley couldn't gather cleanly. Hines strong over the footy. Did you see that?
Isn't he?
Jeez,
Unbelievable.
that was nicely done by Benjamin. Some hot feet by him, but tackled by Alex Hickey and will be thrown up. We'll discuss at 3/4 time where we think St Mary's have gone wrong, but as you say, this has come out of nowhere. Blood inside 50 to Dowling. Ridden into the ground too by McNamara. Don't think he'll pass this one.
No.
Oh, he has a look
Oh,
around.
look
He
out,
has passed
look out,
it.
he's got one.
And fair enough
Jack Blood.
too. Jack Blood all by himself inside 50 marks, and
He's been fairly handy too, Jack Blood.
he's a
Yep.
tireless worker.
Yeah, he is. Yep. We've got to look at this one straight over his shoulder.
Fantastic
Camera work.
angle of it.
Better not muck this one up. Blood heads a little bit to his right and then hooks it a little bit to his left, but I think it's enough to get through the big gap between the two big sticks and a much needed goal to St Mary's. And Jack Blood's first score for the evening. So that's 4 goals, 8, I'm pretty sure. Yeah, 4-8-32 St Mary's. They trail St Joey's 13-9-87 at the 30, almost the 31-minute mark of this third quarter. It's surely we're running out of ticker at the minute. There's been no real delay for it to go this long.
No. Hasn't been as
Plenty
many.
of stoppages.
Yeah, I suppose.
Plenty of goals. He scored a 2.
Yeah. St Mary's 2, St Joey's 7. 9 goals for the quarter.
Yeah. Benjamin and Hovey, and there it is, right on cue. It's a quarter of dominance from the reigning premier, St Joey's, at 3/4 time. Comfortably leading this one, 13-9-87. St Mary's 4-8-32. We'll be right back with goal kickers and a bit of analysis right after this.
Okay, we're back at the Anthony Costa Oval. So 4-8-32, plays 13-9-87. St Mary's got 4 goal kickers. Dougie Bond's got 1. Jack Blood's got 1. And Tommy Lang, with a really nice mark and a nice goal in that quarter, has 2. St Joey's, they got 13 goals. Singles to Lucas Anderson. It was a good goal. Brandon Haints, Kieran Paliuris, who just gave it the big salute when he kicked it. Jacko Davis got a couple. Riley Ferguson's got a couple. Curtis McCarthy's got a couple. And little Jacko McLaughlin's got 4 that he's celebrated, every single one of them. And the little one straight over the head for his 4th. Mick Atkins walking off there. Very proud dad, I'm imagining. And a really good St Joey supporter too, Mick. Done a lot around the club. Getting set. Funny enough, we're waiting for the 2 McCartan brothers to get off the ground going over the other side. Not Paddy. These 2 younger siblings.
Jake Welsh, not in the centre square, which you don't usually see at the start of quarter. He's drifted down back. Interestingly enough. Don't usually see him that end of the ground.
Duncan down back too. They do swing him a bit, don't they?
They might swap Sherman with Walsh, maybe.
Yeah. McMahon, Duncan, young Jaska, Riley Hall. Can we pick up? Yeah, there is Sherman, yes, right in the forward pocket. So they've thrown it around a bit, St Mary's. Up they go. Ben Jannon knocks it down to Blood. Can't get his hands on it. Hickey knocks it over. Crashing his way through. Tries to finish up with Paliuris, who dishes it off. Back to Blood, who hasn't stopped running all night. Goes wide. The Sherman move. Has it paid off? Oh, I thought he marked that. Umpire said, I'm not sure why it wasn't a mark. Umpire said play on. That appeared to be a mark to me, guys.
Yep, looked like it. Wasn't paid. Out in the invisible pocket. Thrown up. Back down to Jared Garner, who got his hands free, but the fumble came at a pretty crucial time for St Mary's. It stops them pushing it inside 50, and St Mary's come back down the other way, but relieving mark is taken by Big Ban Jannon, who chips one and turns it straight over to James Hickey at halfback.
Hickey looking, decides, you know what, I'm going to go straight down the line on the outer side. Keep it as far away from us as he can. Good reach and a good mark there to young Harry Ling. Brings it out in front of us to Duncan. Jacko Davis has the ball, knocks it clear in front of himself. He's got Anderson. He's just going to chip it over to him. Look at this for a great kick.
Wow.
Anderson running backwards, takes the mark on the chest. Just such clever use of the footy from Jacko Davis.
Great effort as well with the pressure act to be able to get it to ground and give himself the opportunity to hit up Anderson inside 50.
So Anderson for St Joseph's 14th goal. Take it back out to that 61-point margin, which was the highest margin of the game. In he comes. Goal umpire doesn't move. Straight over his head for his second. He might have been a bit wayward for his first shot, but the last 2 have been spot on, haven't they?
Sure have been.
14-9-93 St Joseph's. They lead St Mary's 4-8-32 on the Harvey Norman scoreboard. Made good sponsors, the old Harvey Norman, aren't they?
Very good. Rookie, keep pumping him up.
2
local stores in Coria and Morn Ponds. Get on down.
Get on down.
Nice Sunday sale tomorrow too, I think. They're good supporters of local footy this year. Good to see them on board.
Yep, always like to have new sponsors.
Absolutely love seeing anyone who supports the competition and local footy in general. Deserves all the promotion it can get, in my opinion.
The best, and we got the best comp. We're the best seat in the house, watching the best brand of footy, local footy you can see.
Absolutely.
That's Banjanin, knocks it to come off his fingers down to Garner, who's a bit of an up and under kick. Fist away there by Benson, comes back out, Blood's trying to dispossess Hickey. Ball comes out wide. Anderson laces out. He's marked at 55 out quickly. Gets it back into the hot spot. Davis, front spot. Can't quite get it. McMahon, was he over the top? No, says the umpire. Ball in dispute. We'll have a ball up some 15 metres out from the St Joey's goal.
For round 1, how slick do they look?
Very good.
Yeah, sometimes it takes some teams, and it took a few clubs today to get time to get going.
The first round of AFL, how sloppy was that?
They have not missed a beat, St Joey's, and they've got some new players in this team as well. They've been awesome. Hickey round the body on cue.
Wow.
The skipper.
Big Al.
They're 50
He'll enjoy that.
for the night.
He'll
This
enjoy
is
that, Al.
officially a thumping now.
Out to the highest margin for the evening, 15-9-99. That is St Joseph's. They lead
4-8-32.
4-8-32. Yep, they haven't scored yet this quarter. Been nearly going 4 minutes this final quarter.
Especially with the
Cracking
skills.
night, boys.
Oh, it's a great
Cracking night.
Great
Look at
weather.
Look at the trees. Not a leaf moving.
Not a breeze.
No.
I think what Buzz said was spot on as well. They've been very clean. Their composure inside 50's
Just
been
checking the
spot
pub
on
hasn't
as
shut
well.
yet. Just want to make sure the pub's still open to get a couple of cold ones.
Not yet, I don't think, Milky.
Oh, Maloney crashes his way through, then dishes off the handball. The handball smothered. Hovey, his kick goes to the opposing number 8 in Welsh. Crumbs comes down. Buckley takes on the tackler, which was Maloney. Then gets the kick downfield. Featherston then taps it clear. Jacko McLaughlin's in there. So too Haints. He won't let it out of there. McMahon tackled by McCarthy and Haints. The umpire says, give it to me. We'll have a ball up. Right on the 50 arc here. Right in front of the Harvey Norman commentary van.
Tossed up. We're about to be. Banjana and Featherston. Featherston's done a reasonable job
Absolutely.
when called
played
upon
great,
tonight. That was a wonderful trap from Rees. Davis always good
look out.
around his bootlaces. McLaughlin tries to find a way through. Can he? Just about did the job. Rees, can he keep it in play? Not quite. Runs it out. Where there's a will, there's a way for Jacko
There he is.
McLaughlin.
Yep.
Just wriggling his way out of there. Harry Ling's done his best tonight, but McLaughlin with 4 goals, 1 has been terrific. Making the most of limited opportunities, as Will Spence said earlier. Benson nudged off the footy by Featherston. Handball was good, back to Buckley. Hickey found a way through and was dumped. Turned over, Blood taking in a tackle, holding the footy.
On the
Buckley
footy.
will have a shot for goal directly in front.
He's tackled pretty good today, Buckley.
Yeah. I reckon he's improved out.
Got a
They've argued
50.
with him. Got a 50, so Buckley's got a goal. I reckon he's improved out of sight, Jack Buckley.
He has.
Yeah.
Did well to get it spot
Yep.
into their grand final team last
Yeah.
year and
Only a late in last year, the
Yeah.
back end of the season, but
done well to have a good pre-season and press his claims for a spot in this game, and he's done it.
Bang. Wasn't going to miss that one, Jack. If he did, he might be getting up there early for next Saturday, I would have thought. 16-9. That's 105, isn't it?
Yep.
Would
to
be.
4-8-32.
4-8-32. Wilbur's got it on his iPad, so he's pretending he's smarter than me just because I can't see the scoreboard.
Oh, it's just helping you out.
Yeah, shut it out. Yeah, that was. See, they keep putting a sponsor up every time. They put the sponsor up every time there's a goal, so you can't read it. So 16-9, 105. St Joseph's. They lead St Mary's 4-8-32. That's a 73-point margin, boys,
unreal.
and a free kick to St Joey's for an early entry into the square.
James Allen was on. Well, missed him.
Anderson was the target. Comes down, McMahon tries some fancy work. McLaughlin
There he is.
weaves his way through, but he's tackled by Welsh and McMahon. He's gone. Jacob Welsh, the skipper, gets the free kick at halfback.
Assessing the options further afield, not a heap on for him. Looks to this near side. Nice kick to Sherman. Changes the angle nicely to Travellini, who should have gone. Had an open paddock in front of him.
Exactly.
Was held up eventually by Buckley. Hasn't been their worst. Travellini's tried some things tonight. Can he get away from Buckley? He does just about, but
No.
the ball will be coming straight back to him. Morrison marks on the intercept. Switches it further still to Tudor. He's got a lot of footy at back half. So is this man, James Hickey. Just sell some candy and then just almost sold himself down the river, but did enough and goes inside to the 100 gamer, Paul Dreyer.
And he give Copley a bit of a stare then when he's taken the mark. Comes out, finishes up here with Harrison Smith. Very impressed with his effort. Brendan Rees, or half the man he used to be, puts it out in front of Jacko Davis. Laces out. Rees wants it back. Rees wants it back. They're still calling him. He gets it again. Shoot it up, they're saying, Rees. Shoot it up. Brendan Rees got a good angle on him here. Good camera angle. Rees hasn't scored as yet tonight, I'm pretty sure. Where is he? Yeah, has not bothered the scorer yet, but he will on this occasion. Comes in. And he's just overcooked it and got a minor score. Might have got through it a bit more with the extra weight last year, so he's probably struggling with him because he's so skinny now.
It's first behind for Joey's for the quarter as well.
Wow. That's the stuff we want to hear. Wilbur, Paddy Dowling down back, kicking out, and does hit his target, laces out. Very well done. That's young Jasker, isn't it? That's got it out deep in under that light pole. Goes wide up. Oh, intercept mark there.
Great mark.
Very good mark. That's Hovey. Squares it up. Goes to Buckley. Dishes off the handball to the runners. Smith, just too clever. Gives it across. That was so clever for a young kid. Good work there from Anderson over Riley Hall. Comes back to his teammate. No, it goes around the body, young Hutchison, and it only goes as far as Maloney. Maloney to Riley Hall.
Hall at full back just about. Sherman Walters passed. And thought he overcooked it for a second, but Jasker marks in the back pocket. He'll go short to Dowling, who turns and goes from his fellow opposite 23. Jackson Davis. Ball down the line. This comes clear. Blood just socketed off the ground and was held.
Oh.
We'll get the free kick.
Do you tell
Come
you what,
back to Jack Blood.
Big Tudor's got some wheels. When he gets going, whew.
Sherman's on, who's made a nice run, but the kick was straight into the man on the mark, and here he is, the Energizer Bunny. Jacko McLaughlin.
That's going to be your call for the
couldn't
year.
pick up that time. Ling, his direct opponent, Jasker, pops this one towards Garner, who was just out-muscled by McCarthy. Garner was good at ground level. Look at that. Two just falls straight onto his back.
They banged heads, I reckon,
free kick.
to Joey's boys. Ball goes into the pocket. Over the top. A good reach. No mark. Yes, he paid the mark. Good reach. In that corner, is that Hickey? No, it's Morrison.
I'm trying to see who he's
It's
paying
Morrison,
it to.
I reckon. No, is he paid a push?
He's going to ball it up.
What?
I think he paid an early whistle. I think he blew the whistle expecting him to mark it.
Okay.
Dropped it, so he's going to have to ball it up.
Oh, on the run. Minor score.
Who's that?
I reckon it was Copley, wasn't it? I'm giving it to him anyway. If it wasn't him, he's twin in Connors. Doesn't really matter. It's only a minor score, so we're not worried about it. Deep in front of the pass players stand. Oh, risky. Goes to Tudor. Tudor. Little short pass. Back to Zach Morrison. Morrison brings it down the wing here towards us. Featherston has a sit, but over the top. Reed knocks it clear. Ball comes out to Buckley for St Joseph's. Can't quite trap it. Loose ball, that was Garner. Gave it across to Travellini. Goes very, very wide and finds his man. Good mark here. That's to little Lukey Bath. And what's Lukey done? Hasn't kicked a score. Usually a reliable kick, but who knows what's happened over the last few years. Bath comes in with that left foot and gets plenty of it and straight through the middle. Good work, Luke Bath. They'll be very happy to have him back in their side. Hard at the footy, plenty of skill, and he's another one they can use through the centre rotations. 5-8-38, St Mary's. They trail St Joseph's 16-10, 106 at the 12.5 minute mark of this last quarter. Who won the raffle? Have they been passed? Let me know whether I've got what do I get, a bucket of beer or something, don't I, if I win?
Don't know if you're going to win though yet, Milky.
You know what, I've already won, Will, because you're next to me again.
Oh, thanks.
Have a listen.
Really
to this.
appreciate it, mate.
Maloney to Travellini. There's a footy game going on, believe it or not.
Oh.
Hickey just drops an absolute soda, coughs it up to Copley, who spins back onto his preferred right boots towards Bond, who's crashed into by two Joeys. Geez, their tackling's been good tonight. The reigning champs, can they work something out here? St Joey's. Lang, little sidestep was nice. Left foot ball, straight through the hands. Blood, can he spin and goal? Yes, he can. Nicely done by Jack Blood. His second for the evening. St Mary's is sixth.
Just a little minor mistake there. I reckon that was Buckley, was it? Went through his fingers.
Yeah,
Down
I think
back.
it was. Yep.
Yeah. So I'm just guessing St Mary's thoughts would be try and win the quarter.
So I'm
Would
about
you
to
not?
exactly say that.
Yeah, let's
he-
just try and win the quarter.
They haven't won it at the moment.
No, they haven't yet, but who knows?
They do look lively at the moment, though.
Yeah. So 6-8-44. It's at St Mary's. They trail St Joseph 16-10, 106 back in the middle. Gee, Lang won that, I reckon. Comes down to Jimmy Allen. He goes around the body, looking for Haints in front. Welsh goes back and gets to the second grab. Clear to Garner. Hands come out the back. Here he goes on the Riley Ferguson on the right boot. Kicks it. Good stretch there from Jacko Davis into the pocket. Puts it over McLaughlin's head. He's got some help from Hovey. Hovey has to get around Duncan, but he can't. Ball goes over the boundary line with have a throw in some 8 metres around from the St Joseph's goal. 14 and a bit minutes gone of this last quarter. And umpire about to throw it in.
Does so. I was going to say now, but just took a look around to see where the players were. He does bring the ball back into play. Jaska got up high, showing some good athleticism.
Oh, look
McLaughlin
out.
inside out!
Look out! He's got 5!
What a way to kick your fifth. Jacko McLaughlin, the Energizer Bunny. Fantastic. How clean is he? When players have struggled to be clean tonight in the dew, he has been fantastic.
Just read the ball off Jaska's hand beautifully, and just a sensational goal from a sensational player.
Runners only allowed out after every goal again, same as the AFL.
Yep.
Yeah, and only one runner.
Yep.
Yeah, so that's probably why they don't want to be out there and caught as often as they can. Hovey tries to crash his way through. Got one high from Blood. And the umpire saw it. He'll get a free kick. Hovey's right in the guts of the ground. He's paid 50. Oh, seriously. Not sure there was a lot in that.
It's been a lot of calls.
Yeah, I'm not sure there's a lot in that one. Oh, no.
Oh, here he is. The Energizer Bunny.
Going for 6.
So why is it his kick?
No,
no.
he's
Just
gonna
what I was going to say. I'm thinking, what happened there? Did we miss something? So Hovey hasn't scored. He's due. Josh Hovey, make Dad proud. And he does. Josh Hovey, well done. His first goal. St Joseph's 18th, 18-10, 118. They lead St Mary's 6-8-44 on the Harvey Norman scoreboard.
Since you said that St Mary's going to try and win this, Milky.
I've mozzed them, haven't I?
Yep, they just kicked 2 in a row, man.
Yeah,
St Joe's have.
Yeah.
Extraordinary. This is a blowout.
Yep. This really is.
So, as I mentioned, make his dad proud. His father's come back as an assistant coach to St Joseph's.
Yep.
Welcome back.
Former premiership coach, was he?
No, I don't think they got a flag under him. But he's a very good coach.
Former coach, anyway.
Former coach, yep. Been over at Geelong. Travellini wheels around, goes to the outer side. As wide as he possibly could, looking for Luke Barth. Barth, the left foot down the line. He goes. 2-on-1, 2-on-2. Ball loose. Garner. Hard up against him. No, that's not Garner. I reckon that's Copley, sorry. Kicks it out on the full anyway. Yeah, definitely Copley. Just saw the 2 and thought it might have been Garner.
Do you still think they're a quality team, Buzz, St Mary's, or is it just a really good side?
I was just going to ask
St.
you guys, is it a matter of St Joey's being awesome tonight or St Mary's off? Bit of both, I think, is the answer to that, answering my own question. Because you two just a bit radio silent.
I think they're a bit. I think they got the right cattle. I think they'll be okay. I'm not sure.
I think it'll take time for a new system to gel.
Absolutely. Yeah.
When you lose 140 odd goals in one hit, that takes some fixing. So they're probably a little bit behind where they thought they might have been, though. That's for sure.
He's brilliant.
He's terrific. Awesome. Hovey.
It's been a ball today.
Just kicks towards McCarthy, and that's a pretty safe bet. More often than not, flew high again. And another whistle. Plenty of free kicks this evening. Go in the way of that man that I mentioned, Curtis McCarthy. I think he'll get some game time in the hoops over the road this season, you would think. He shows a fair bit. Handballs to Hovey. It's had another good night. But as
Just
I say, that he
slightly
turns
off
it
on
over.
the kick.
Yep. This is Jaska.
Jaska.
Inboard to Sherman, who's been one of the better players, and then kicks it straight around the mark of not having much luck here with the encouragement. It'll work out all right in the end because Harry Benson has it about 60 from home, up and under footy, thumped down,
wasn't it?
straight into the arms of Hickey. They flick it wide. Rees, usually a good user. Buckley got two hands to it but couldn't mark. Bit slowed on. Travellini wasn't even looking, just wore it in the back. Can you believe that? Welsh did pretty well to get his hands clear. Benson again from 65 this time. The kick evades two players. Is it kept in by Bond? It goes through his legs and eventually out of play in the forward pocket.
I thought Buckley was a bit stiff there. He might have got a little bit of a shove while he was up in the air. But they can't get them all. I just can't get over what a great night it is.
Still.
Very still. Checking on the time. Pub's still open. The ball out kicked wide. Sprint required. Picking up the ball is Jaska. Jaska goes. He's going to have a ping at him, I reckon. Just Tudor just got a finger to it. We'll give him just got a finger to that and a minor score to St Mary's. They go to Tudor doing the kicking out on this occasion. Goes wide.
Seemed to fill in Dan Measure's spot pretty good, I reckon, today.
He would have got a rude shock at Anglesey today, I think, Dan Measures.
Absolutely.
Yep.
Only managing a handful of goals against the Roos this afternoon. Been a star at the St Joey's Footy Club for a long, long time.
Look at Featherstone and Banjanin trying to catch up to him. Oh, look at this. If they could get it down there quick.
Look at Banjo.
Banjo. He's given up. He said, McMahon, you can have him. Ball comes out wide.
Starting to play some tempo footy here, Joey's.
Tudor. Come at the line looking for Jimmy Allen. Oh, Travellini nearly pulled it in one-handed. Comes back to Luke Bath. Bath goes to Blood. Blood. Oh, beautiful little sidestep. Oh, it's on the line. Bad luck. That was some real class football. Or they might get it back here. St Mary's goes to Lang. Bond rather. Dougie Bond. Straight over the goal umpire's hat. He's got his second.
Would have been a great goal by
Blood.
Blood, yeah. That sidestep, it was probably because he had to go back on his right foot. He wasn't able to get penetrate enough power onto the distance, but would have been something. But
yeah, absolutely.
St Mary's still
been a lot of highlights.
It sure has been.
20 for the Harvey Norman highlights. It's a shame it's split over the BFL and GFL each round, so 2 from each league and then 1 unique one from either. So there's been about 5 from this.
I think
this one game.
Who picks that? Who votes?
I think Harry Benson.
You'd be sitting in your little office there. You'd be sitting in your little office there at AFL Bar and going, just with your little finger in your cat on your lap.
Yeah, that's what I'll do. Featherstone won it down. Welsh back in the middle of the ground for St Mary. Look at Sherman break the lines. Dumps this one deep inside 50. McNamara nearly came down with that one-handed. Kicks towards Milky's man, Martin Dufty. Couldn't complete the mark, or Dusty as he calls him. Sherman to Welsh. Rees all over him.
Tackle. Oh, put in the back.
Wow.
Oh.
In the back as the decision goes quickly by hand. The Travellini's got a fair bit of ball. Spears this one to Garner. About 55 from home. Pops it up in the pocket and just finds his man inside the line. And it's Dougie Bond again. This one should favour the left footer. Could run around and snap this if he wants. He's a bit unsure of what to do at the moment. Looks like he might be even drop punting this one. He is right up against the St Mary's pavilion.
This could be the goal of the game.
Doug Bond. He's done it, you know.
He has.
Oh, wow.
He's done it.
That is.
What a goal. That is precision, Doug Bond. We've seen some good goals tonight.
He's kicked 3. Been very quiet, but he's kicked 3 goals.
Like what Buzz said, there's been so many highlights here, marks and goals, and it's going to be tough. Tell that for sure.
And if this is an indication of the year we're looking forward to, it'd be fantastic.
Oh, yeah.
Yep.
Although I'm not sure we're going to get this sort of conditions every Saturday.
No.
I like it.
Yeah, wouldn't it be great?
Yeah. For such a small ground, they have started to move the ball quite good, St Mary's as well, in the second half.
Q's in the rack, I think, a little
23 minutes gone. 8-9-57 St Mary's. St Joseph's 18-10, 118. Back to that 61-point margin. Oh, Benson crashes his way through. Travellini leaves it behind. And going in. Oh, Paddy Dowling just threw it. Yeah, and he got caught. And free kick.
St Mary's are +4 in clearances as well for the quarter.
So the free kick is with Paliuris. He goes to in the McCarthy direction. That was actually too easy.
Perfect well-weighted kick.
He's gone up into Anderson over his head, trying to crash his way through. Oh, Ling, he's gone. No, the umpire says play on. Comes out the back. Oh, Jacko Davis gives it over to Rees.
Oh.
Rees, little bit of candy. Look who he's found.
Wow.
Brandon Hates.
How good
Gee,
was
he's a
that?
beauty. Brant, you little. Told you, he could have my children, this kid.
How good was
Just
the
hard.
sidestep?
Yeah, the sidestep from Rees, eh? Couldn't have done that last year.
Okay.
His shorts would have burst.
Jeez, you've gone hard on him tonight. He wasn't that bad.
No, he was
Just in good nick.
He was a little tally-tubby last year. Don't worry about that.
They're going at 40%.
And I know he'll hear this, so that's all good. He's a good boy. And I know who else will be listening. His mum and dad, they love this sort of stuff. Brand Haines just... I wasn't worried because I knew he'd kick it. He gets his second. Mum and dad from up the bush. Good family. They would have been a bit unhappy last year about how much, little extra kilos he was carrying.
Jeez, you keep coming back to it.
Bloody rough. St Joey's are going at 40% for marks inside 50 as well this quarter. So they're taking their opportunities, and that's related to 6 goals for the quarter as well, boys.
This is almost a smashing now. 19-10.
It's unbelievable.
124 to 8-9. 57 on that Harvey Norman scoreboard.
That's it. Extraordinary. Don't think even the most optimistic
Nah.
St Joey supporter would have picked this one.
A goal, I heard one bloke say before the game.
The two. McCarthy! Always had his
Had
name
to
on
sit,
it.
didn't he? Look where he's gone.
And streaming inside 50 is Kieran Paliuris, who's missing.
You're
the
going
near
to do that
side.
sort of stuff. And showed a bit of toe there, Kieran. Married life's agreeing with him. Just renovated his house round the corner from me, so he's in dangerous territory. Kicks right here in front of us. Hovey gets a fist to it. Knocks it down. Bond gets a hand on Benson. Benson dishes it over to Lang. Does he get one in the back? No, says the umpire. Play on. Gets up. The St Joey's player in McNamara. And the umpire says, what's he grinning at? It's nothing. He's just going to ball it up. Van Jannen to take on... Oh, there he is, Hovey. I couldn't see him. Hovey knocks it down, goes past Reese, comes out to Welsh. Welsh in turn, goes across to Benson. Benson kicks it to no one in particular. Tudor gets a fist on it, knocks it clear. Morrison, comes out the back. Sherman, I think, was at the back there. Comes onto his teammate in Pritchard. Haven't called him a lot today. Come out the back. Ball's at ground level. Gee, Jacko McLaughlin's down there. Applies the tackle, and we'll have a ball up.
Used to him just being down in the forward line, aren't you, Milky?
Yeah. Maybe on the ball, perhaps.
Yeah, possibly.
Tossed up. That man that Milky mentioned, sorry, that wasn't Pritchard, it was Kyle Reid, in fact, who did the ruck duties at time for St Mary's. Another recruit who hasn't been enormously busy. Another VFL listed player for St Mary's.
Like you said, they're going to take a while to gel, these blokes.
Yep.
They're all
got to
new.
find their right spot.
Yep.
On the ground too. Blood has worked hard. Up and under footy from Pritchard it was that time. Up the chimney.
The mark.
And I think
In
the
the
mark
pocket.
is paid to Zach Sherman.
Yeah.
Not sure it was going to be paid, but was
about-
eventually.
What about 5 metres?
Yeah, that's why I wasn't sure, but
Yeah.
Sherman will take it. 103 goals in his last 3 years, can you believe?
Yeah.
It's a good effort from a guy who's a midfielder by trade, really.
Goes around the body.
Misses it, though,
Yep.
for a minor score.
Although Buzzy
His
might
first score.
have a new role as a defender, though,
Yep.
as he did show in that first half.
Shooter comes out in a hurry. from full back and hits nobody. Clears them all. Comes out the back. Picked off. There's that man Sherman again. Gives it over to his teammate, but chipping in and taking a good mark is Hickey. James Hickey. Back pocket. Just unloads. Dumps it down the line. Oh, McCarthy was the target. Almost got his hands to it. Gee, that's a dark spot right there under that light.
Sure is, isn't it, Milky?
Yeah. And boundary umpire to throw it in.
This one really petering out, the Sting well and truly out of it. Could only be a couple of minutes to go, you would think. Jeez, McLaughlin, see him spring up then, Milky. Incredible. Towards McCarthy. It's been a good battle between he and Hall. McCarthy's probably taking the chocolates, to be fair. Been good.
Yeah,
Rightfully so.
I think so, yeah.
Been very impressive. He's only kicked the 2 goals too, but his influence has been pretty impressive.
That's made a contest.
That roaming forward, just to give them something to kick to, has been really good for them.
Love another stoppage here after the throw-in.
He's been able to get the ball to ground, which has been good, and likes of Davis and McLaughlin have been able to do their work.
Ben Shannon won it down and nearly took it away too. Peliuris was tackled and lost the footy in the process, and then wins it back and then darts away, or tries to, from Welsh. Ling is first on the scene. Gets his hands clear, and they link up by hands now over the top. Benson, Sherman from 60 towards Tom Lang. Got him, not quite. Tudor just did enough and did. Look at him just dance at a defence. That's a great desperate smother, and then Tudor wins it back eventually and nearly finds McCarthy. It burst the hands. Hall, Ben Shannon. Chipping ball, there's 2 of them there. Work it out, boys.
Well done,
well done, Big Leck Featherston. Got rid of Tagliani, and then that bit was also good.
Praise.
Ferguson tackled and out
Did
of
well,
play.
though, big fella.
He's played his role beautifully today.
He has.
Showing a bit of his 2017 form tonight, isn't he?
Yeah.
Yep.
He was
Team of
revelation when he
Yes, yep.
came into the league, wasn't he?
Yep.
Team of the year.
Yep.
As well.
Appears as though there's not a role for him up forward, though. It appears as though it's a ruckman, by the look
He's
of it.
been good, though.
Yeah, he has.
Yep.
Gets a hand on that, does it really well. Almost put it down Anderson's throat. McMahon chips in, gets off the handball, gives it to Benson. Up and under he goes. Centre half forward, a good fist away there by St Joseph's. Comes back to young Hutchison, his name is. Comes back to Hutchison. He's had 3 goes at this one. As the siren goes, that's the final score. She's all over, guys. And a really good win to St Joseph's. Final score. St Mary's 8 goals 10, 58, and St Joseph's 19 goals 11, 1-2-5. That last quarter, St Joseph's kicked 6 goals 2, St Mary's kicked 4 goals 2. So where we thought they might try and win the quarter, they just didn't succeed, but it was their best quarter.
Yeah, definitely did.
They kicked 1 in the first, 1 in the second, 2 in the third, and 4 in the last. So very, very happy, I would have thought. The St Joey's boys. Goal kickers, Buzz, do you want me to go down them?
Yep. Run through them.
Run through. We go down to St Mary's. Luke Bath got 1, 2 goals to Tom Lang, 2 goals to Jack Blood, and 3 goals to Dougie Bond. Over to St Joseph's. We got 1 goal to Kieran Peliuris, 1 to Alex Hickey, 1 to Josh Hovey, 1 to Jack Buckley, 2 goals to Curtis McCarthy, 2 goals to Riley Ferguson, 2 goals to Jacko Davis, 2 to Lucas Anderson, 2 to Brant Haints, and the little pocket rocket, Jacko McLaughlin, kicked 5.
5, wow.
That's that. That's a really quality win there to St Joseph's.
It's a bit of a statement, isn't it?
Oh, isn't it?
Grand final rematch
Yeah.
and pumping.
Yep.
The grand finalists.
67-point victory. That's massive.
And they have depth as well, St Joey's, so scary times.
You know, I suppose.
Paddy Callahan.
Paddy
Callahan.
Kelleher played BFL Interleague last year.
Yep.
And he's at Torquay.
I'm not sure how far Holgren is.
Holgren,
Yeah.
captain, of course. He'll come straight back in.
So I'm not. I'd be only guessing on who else. Just wonder about how Riley Kershaw, did he go out?
No, did not reappear.
No, but I mean, did he go out to the huddle after the game? I didn't look. I reckon he's gone into the.
I can't see him out there.
No, I reckon he. Oh, yes, he is. Yes, there is. Got the jacket on.
Might have just been precautionary.
Yeah,
maybe
he seems to be moving okay, and they've taken the tape off and everything. So Might have just been a little minor niggle.
Yep.
We'd hope so. Too early in the year to lose quality
No,
players. That's
exactly
what's wrong with the AFL this year. It's been horrible.
Oh, I know.
The place going down left, right and centre. They'll be a very happy crew, the St Joseph boys, and St Mary's have probably got to go home and do some homework and say this is what we've got to work with. That's a team to beat.
Yep. For sure.
I reckon we've done enough, haven't
That's
we?
it.
I reckon that'll do us, Buzz.
Tune in next week. Our broadcast game is Mottawarri and Anglesey from Mottawarri. And they've got Anzac Day, the traditional game, St Joey's and South Bar on that one at Drew Reserve. Round 3.
Well, that's over me back fence. I'll be able to have 400 beers and stagger home that night. That'll be great.
Thank you for joining us. First time AFL on live stream. We look forward to your company next week, and
it'll build.
The rest of the season.
There might only be about 3,000 listening this week, but next week there'll be 10,000. The week after that there'll be 20,000. There'll be people everywhere. Once they hear Wilbur's back, everybody's on board. Been fun. Talk to you next week.